Peasants podcast.
I gotta get a witness. No!
Say, man, you got a joint? No, not on me, man.
I don't have facts to back this up.
It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
That's true. Sometimes I cry.
Oh!
Lick my butthole, he laughed.
From the strangest corners of the internet, here to bring you opinions of the world from an altered perspective. Here are your hosts, the Drunken Peasants.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Drunken Peasants podcast.
Fuck it.
Episode 1045. Doing it live, 1045.
Handsome boys.
Yeah. We got Joe back in the studio. Welcome back, Joe.
Thanks for having me back. I was just shoving chicken down my throat because you were like, we're going to start in 2 minutes. And then the credits were going by, and I was just like, yeah. Because we haven't eaten all day.
Sorry.
No, it's all right. We've been, it's not you. It's me. We've been doing things, and then you saw some of them.
Yeah, I saw some of it.
And then,
Did you guys, were you guys aware that the weed shops are on, like, super high alert right now, too?
Yeah, that's why we did what we did.
Okay. Yeah, because, like, one of the workers in Tacoma was murdered.
Yeah.
There was, like, an armed robbery, so they're, like, really on edge.
That wasn't us.
No, it wasn't.
I would hope not.
We were hoping suicide by weed shop killer.
But if you want to admit that it was you now, I guess I'll take the scoop.
No,
Okay.
we didn't do the murders.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, everyone should check out Joe in real life, see what they did today. You know, there were people in the chat calling it out, saying it was all scripted.
Yeah.
And I'm here to tell everyone it was all of those technical difficulties totally scripted.
Yeah, we had to write those in because we had
Otherwise,
union
it was too
breaks.
dense. No one would buy it.
all our cast had union breaks, so we had to tell them,
Mute it. Act like you can't unmute it.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's been a while since I used.
Billy was
Streamlabs.
sabotaging it because it wasn't his channel.
Yeah, I'm seriously jealous,
I believe it.
and I had to do everything I could to ruin it.
Yeah.
But luckily, it didn't get ruined. It's still very.
There was one
entertaining.
point where you guys had like 5 active streams all running at the same time.
Yeah, that was part of our
That
ploy.
is avant-garde for YouTube.
Yeah,
Thank you.
we're
It's
next
like
level.
an 18-hour movie.
Yes.
You know, like going to watch an 18-hour movie, you're going to watch 4 consecutive streams with multiple technical difficulties, audio issues.
Mm-hmm. And by the end, you still don't know what we're up to. Yeah. But somebody was shot recently for just being a little too overzealous in a pot store.
Yeah.
And we were trying to recreate that. We kind of wanted to get shot.
And we were thinking to ourselves, what if we could be the next whatever that guy's name
Whatever
is?
that guy's
Whatever
name
that guy's name.
Yeah.
Yeah. In an unrelated story.
I'd
Two
kill
idiots.
it be whatever that guy's name was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's another thing. I want to draw attention to the thumbnail. Joe,
Yeah.
you're so elusive.
Yeah.
Like when it comes to getting a current picture of you, this is like a 10-year-old picture.
He's almost covered
So-
by the chat. You can barely see him.
Yeah.
Oh shit. How about
Yeah.
Here, I'll bring it up here. How about you just give me a picture of you as a little kid, and I'll just put that in the thumbnail.
I have
Do we
one.
have the
I
little
have
kid
one
picture
of me
available?
at 8 years old.
Yeah,
I had
I
one,
saw-
but then I drew a penis on its face.
That's when I was
And
at
I'll
my
just-
sexual peak.
I'll just use that one.
You know what sucks about that? Everybody's like, yeah, that was a 10-year-old picture. It just means I've aged like shit. That was 3 years ago.
Oh, was it? I don't even know.
Yeah. I thought I looked the same, but everybody's like, oh, my God, there's you when you were 12.
I don't know if you aged bad, but
I do look like a different guy.
Yeah,
It doesn't make sense. Everybody's like, who the fuck is that guy? You know?
do you
I don't
remember
know why we can't get a good picture of Joe, though.
I don't know.
Nobody can.
I told him, like, I don't have a good picture of you. Send me a picture for a thumbnail, and he sent me that picture.
I
And I was like, what the fuck?
I don't get it myself. That was the closest thing to a good picture.
I wanted you to just take a picture of yourself. Or have someone else take a picture of you.
I had one from Battle Cam that somebody else took a screen cap of. It was my dick was half out. It was like stuck in the front of my pants. That was my only dick pic for the longest time, so I used it.
I love the the battle cam clip where you interview the guy in the hotel lobby with your dick out?
Those were the days. Yeah, that was a kid named Bourbon who was always very skittish, so I tried to put him at ease by being naked.
He seemed very nervous. I don't think it worked.
Yeah, I know. I'm terrible with psychology. Didn't read that one well at all.
No. Yeah,
I knew him before battle cam. He would go into stick cam, and he would like come in and try and hit on the girls, and when they wouldn't reciprocate, he would actually like rage. Like very angry. It was.
You mean like the typical like random DM dude?
But like really, yeah, really. Like it was live on video though. He would do it. He'd be like, "Hey girls, how are you doing?"
Kind of
$20 for Joe only. Yins be more like Joe.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Red. Good to see you. He was kind of the original. This guy that we're talking about, Bourbon, was kind of the original incel. He's like an archetypal incel.
Yeah, but then he became a pickup artist and was talking about how he would go and kiss like 1,000 girls. He's like, I got 94 kisses this month.
Yeah,
it was like,
and he'd say it in that like really nervous tone. He'd be like, "Yeah, 94 girls kissed me this month," you know, and then you'd be like.
That sounds like Rain Man giving you his kiss stats.
Kind of
exactly. And he'd count it, and it would be real. You know, that was the weird thing.
He wasn't much of a liar.
Were we watching together that guy who claimed to kiss 1,000 women? Was that us?
That might have been you and me. We were watching.
Oh, Ben on a post show or something. We're gonna have to watch this guy. Weirdest dude ever. He just makes a living of kissing girls and telling people that he's kissing girls.
Channel
it's like
5 News.
Morgana the Kissing Bandit, only a guy.
Yeah, like that.
And it's not baseball
He's
players.
a pickup artist, and he was on Channel 5 News. I don't know, you might have seen it. It was pretty funny stuff.
It is good.
Guy was a real character.
I do want to get into the scene. Pickup artistry. I figure you just got to be
you
really
hang
creepy.
out with Roosh V.
Is that what he does?
He used to, and now he's a weird Orthodox
celibate.
Yeah. Everyone watching, give the stream a like. We're gonna get into the stuff that we have in just a moment here. But give the stream a like, that's for sure. Also, join our Patreon. Oh shit, we're if you guys want to send in, we prefer you send in Streamlabs to help us meet the goal, which we're at 20% of right now. This is the second show of the week. We got one more show to meet the goal, so we'd appreciate it's $5 TTS for Streamlabs.
Panic Pun says he hasn't seen Joe since he put Mr. Girl in his place.
I think he was on once or twice after that.
Once, it was the day after. Remember, we did a reflection stream together.
Yes. I couldn't remember if you were on again after that.
It was a very special episode of Drunken Peasants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blossom started her period.
That interview, you got a lot of traction. That went to a lot of different places. There was a big expose documentary on Mr. Girl you were featured in.
Somebody wanted me on their stream for it. But they were like a weird Chud kind of channel or something. I don't know what it was.
Chud Logic was trying to.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. I didn't do it.
A weird Chud kind of channel.
It's called Chud.
If I would have known you were going to be here and I had a little more time to plan, because I wasn't sure if you're going to be here, I was going to go through the weird stuff with Mr. Girl and his girlfriend, because that is really weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually a whole different thing.
That's different levels, way beyond like how he signals the Mr. Swirly stuff.
Yeah.
By the way, Mr. Swirly is the new Play-Doh word that we use. Mr. Swirly.
Mr. Swirlies? That's not bad.
Little Mr. Swirly.
Where does that come from?
Jared Genesis was bringing up Pete and Pete, and there was Mr. Tasty ice cream guy.
But Jared Genesis is dumb and couldn't remember his
He
correct
called him
name.
Mr. Swirly, and he said, that guy, he wanted to be with those kids.
Yep.
And you could tell that's why he didn't hang out with the kids.
And then he compared himself to Mr. Swirly.
Yeah, and then he's
He's
like,
like, Swirly might kind of be like me.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but is Mr. Swirly not the name of the ice cream man in Doug?
Is it?
Is that his name?
maybe that's why he
It
got
might
the.
be.
Well,
the
we need a
things
fact
mixed up.
checker to look that up. Somebody confirm in
Can
the chat when
somebody
you get that.
tell us in
so
the form of a
Blossom is too
$20
old for
donut?
Mr. Girl?
Whoa,
now she is.
Eric went there.
Now she is. She's hosting Jeopardy these days. Yeah.
We took a beating in the chat that day after the Mr. Girl thing. you see that?
It was all the
no.
the minor
Oh,
attracted
boy.
people and glowies.
Yeah, we
The fellow CIA
came out.
agents.
I didn't think that was going to be the controversial thing for us.
It is Doug. Mr. Swirly is the character from Doug.
Get out. All right.
Interesting.
Yeah, but Mr. Girl is now being outed for who he is. And it's weird because he telegraphed it to all of us. He told us, basically, he's the biggest creep there is. But even when it was pointed out, we didn't want to accept it right away. Or at least a lot of us didn't. But, yeah, I'm glad that time is showing him.
I
Jeopardy
definitely
was
wanted to go
canceled.
over it. Maybe next time. We'll plan it ahead of time, even though it'll be a bit dated. It already is dated, but I'd like to get your take on it.
Okay.
Like a live reaction, but we'll do that next time.
Okay, no.
So we're going to start the antagonism segment. Here we go.
Bum, 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 bum. And Jared did tell the Mr. Swirly story. We just brought it up during the Mr. Girl story. Not to cross your guys' wires watching at home.
Mr. Girly.
Oh, don't touch me. Don't touch me. TV, are they gonna touch me?
All right. Here we go. We're going to do a little bit of Trumpster Bob. He's back in the hospital.
Same condition or something new?
I don't know. We'll try to figure it out. At the very least, we'll watch some craziness here for a little bit.
Last time I was here, he was in the hospital.
Yeah. Yeah, and he looks terrible, too. He looks absolutely terrible. We might not be seeing Bob around for very long. I mean,
wow.
it's looking
It's
bad.
that bad?
Isn't
I mean,
he, like,
he looks
our
bad to
age?
me.
He's like 35.
I think
Yeah,
he's, in
he's
his
younger than me.
50s.
Yeah.
You know what? And he claims he can't get sick and shit like that. Here's the last video from before he went back to the hospital. And you know what? By the way, he has a pre-trial coming up here in like a couple days
You might have to miss that.
for his prank calling 911 charges.
Yeah, somebody was in my DMs the first time Bob was in the hospital, and they were like, he's not going to make it longer than a month, like then. And now these, or not a month, they said he's not going to make it longer than a year. And they're maybe right.
Maybe they know something we don't.
Just based off of like
He just looks
all
like
the signs.
shit.
Well, they're in the
And
medical
he
world.
drinks like, Trumpster Bob drinks way more than I could ever drink.
Does he drink more than Cobes?
It's pretty close.
Wow.
And Cobes is a lot younger.
Bob is a gay frog? Well, then ribbit.
So here's Bob before he went in, and it's he's calling Elisa.
What's up, Bob?
How you doing, Mr. Aduru?
Oh, wow.
Mr.
I
Duru.
said, how are you doing, Mr. Aduru?
Mr. Adu? What are you doing right now? Tom, just stop.
Hi, Elisa Jordana. I love you.
You got the wrong number.
Her name's Elisa.
Oh,
Jay Redden here.
Wait, no, hold on. So this guy wants to say something to you.
Hi, it's Jay Redden. I just want to say hi.
This is Bob's little lackey. Like he's Bob's fan, his one fan.
He's the super fan.
He's always laying in bed.
It's third graders calling their crush.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah.
Can you call her for me?
Hi, Jay Redden.
Hi.
Hi. You having fun with Bob over here?
This guy basically did the same thing with Andy Dick. Like Bob
Yes.
called Andy Dick, and this guy was there and like,
He
Andy, oh my
fanboyed over
God.
Andy Dick so hard.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Yeah, he was simping. And Andy was like, who's that? Is he going to come here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Andy was trying to smash.
I tell you, I don't like a lot of people molesting me, but I'd let you molest me.
I'm just bored tonight.
Bob, I'm not Mr. Aduro. You're wrong. I'm sorry. Again, you're wrong. You're the worst doxer literally in the history of doxers. You have no information correct.
The worst doxer in the history of doxing. That's a great line.
Jared Genesis tried to dox me and gave out the address of a frozen yogurt stand. Yeah. In a shopping center.
It was so close to your Mr. Swirly pass.
I got worried. I was worried for a second.
Out on
there.
the trail.
And, I'm sorry to say that. But
You notice the T-shirt behind Trumpster Bob? You know who that is, Joe?
Oh God. So it's kind of covered up by the
woman?
chat, but
yeah.
Can you tell now?
That's Maya Angelou.
Simone Biles.
It's the Olympic gold.
Oh,
yeah.
okay, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, he's got the hots for her.
Okay.
I got Tony right. I got Mush
I
right.
only know her from the waist down.
I got everybody right.
You're 0.0% right all the time.
Wrong. I talked to them on their real accounts, put their real names down. I'm not wrong about you. You were born in the Duru tribe. They only give the name to Elisa to male children, babies being born, not females.
What the fuck?
This guy.
All right. Whatever you want to think. I don't care, Bob. You can make me whoever you want me to be. I don't care. I'm a little stressed right now.
She's
Why
not
are you
on
stressed?
camera.
Stressing.
She's not on camera. She's just talking to him. Like
Yeah.
she's just sitting there
He called
doing
her.
what she does.
Yeah, no,
she just sits around lazing in the beach.
Yeah.
In her two-piece bikini.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
No,
just
she does
talking
that.
She kind of likes Bob. It's pretty clear.
Yeah, she likes everybody. It's kind of
kind of
weird.
her thing.
Yeah, she's just like whatever.
Speaking of, I hear you guys are going to be doing live streams with her. Is this true?
We're probably gonna break into her house.
Yeah.
I got the idea from our stream today.
We're gonna
We
do
were robbing
we're
places.
gonna pre-comeback Robert Downey Jr. her.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
So
gonna take a
Breaking
nap
in
in
the
her
house.
son's bed.
Yeah.
There's just a lot going on. I have like too many things. Like I need to
Yeah,
narrow things down.
I can understand when you're the leader of a hate-stalking gay gang. I mean, that's good.
A hate stalking gay gang.
A hate stalking gay gang.
Gonna happen, right?
I've been in one of those.
Yeah, it's really exhausting.
Oh my god, that's funny. It is exhausting.
Well, he is fun to say the least, even as a female.
Oh, are you talking about me right
Yeah.
now? Oh my gosh, Bob, just stop.
So does he think Elisa's transgender now?
I'm not sure where his run here is.
Because he was in love with her. He is like pathologically being like, oh no, she was born a man. Like
he made her a hand puppet.
Yeah, he was in love.
That actually impressed me.
There had never been a more attractive woman than Elisa Jordana to give Bob the time of day, which is kind of her shtick, right? That's how she's such a tard wrangler.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, she's very unlucky with love. I heard her and Captain Content have already fallen out.
Is that what it is?
It's unfortunate.
They were an item?
Yeah, her and
yeah,
Captain Content were kind of like dating for about a week. But then she was back with Andy Dick last night.
Kind of like Andy, kind of like Gonzo, kind of like all these dudes. Wow. I don't know what's going on.
She's just got an open heart, and she really wants to find the perfect guy, and there's all these unfortunate imperfections along the way.
Yeah, she's just going through them all.
You don't date Ethan Hawke, Vin Diesel, Benji Bronk.
Oh, don't forget
Trumpster Bob, Andy Dick.
David Blaine.
You don't date all these fucking alpha males.
Yeah.
If you're not looking for love, all right?
Wait, all the guys you just named are closet homosexual.
What?
Yeah. All of
Ethan Hawke?
Andy Dick's
Yeah,
not
everybody
closet.
knows Ethan Hawke cheated on Uma with a guy, right?
I think
don't know about that.
I think Daryl
Maybe
Strawberry.
I made that up. I made that up.
Yeah,
I don't think David Blaine either.
She's a beard. She's a professional
or
beard.
Are all illusionists secretly gay?
Yeah. Penn and Teller.
Sigrid.
We know
Sigmund
Captain
and Freud.
Content's not gay.
Sigmund
and they
and
date.
Freud.
Sigmund and Freud.
Ridiculous.
Let me ask you this, because I know that Benji was fucking the other day. Did you ever tell Benji that you were born a boy?
I love this. You know, back in the day, I don't know if it was a work or not. It seemed genuine. On the Howard Stern show, Benji got fingered in the ass by Perez Hilton to get Elisa a job in the Howard Stern office. It was like a
I remember that.
It was like a bet. And it sounds like he's getting R-worded. Like it's intense at first.
Yeah.
And then his booty relaxes, and then it's like he gets a little more okay with it.
Yeah.
But at first he was screaming.
Which
going
means
for
Perez didn't use any lube and didn't massage him first.
Yeah,
Really?
Perez is a horrible.
Really?
Yeah. Perez is a predator.
Horrible predator.
I think Billy's only saying that because Perez used to be fat, and I think Billy considers him a traitor.
You think so?
No.
Yes. Because everything he does relates back to fat bias, and a lot of times he has more honesty and foresight to admit it. Right now, he's playing coy with us.
Yeah.
It's only
maybe because you
sometimes.
called it so early.
Yep.
Because I didn't even see that.
I don't
angle
think it's
either.
all the time.
I have
like,
that.
he's a nasty.
I have something like that. It's fat cock bias.
Yeah.
So it's like T-Bob, yeah, he's a piece of shit, but is he hung? Now, I can tell you for a fact he's not. He showed me a picture of his dick. He sent it to me.
Didn't he show you like his butt? Or no, you showed him your butthole.
I showed him my butthole because me and Bob, as previously established, are gay men. Unambiguously gay men. And I just showed him my butthole, and he rated it below average. And he was like, that hadn't been blown out yet. And I was like, what is that? Is it retraction from the score? He's like, no, I gotta work on that. And you don't know if he's serious or not. No. But then he shows me his dick next week, the following week, and it's veiny. It's veiny, and it's very. He thought he had it like fluffed up. You know, when you fluff it up. You know, with a semi-chub.
He set it in a waffle iron for like 30 seconds.
He definitely did. He put it in his fucking vacuum cleaner.
Yeah.
It sucked it, you know, gave it some life, and then he gave it to me, and it was still like 3 inches.
He let a salamander bite it.
Yeah.
Do you want to watch more of this or move on to the
I want to talk more about T-Bob's cock. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, let's go ahead. We can go to the next one.
His throbber.
Oh, God, what's this song?
It's a hit.
Oh, here he is. Look at him.
God, he aged 10 years in a week.
So how's everybody doing, man?
He's got fucking spider bites on his forehead. What
He's
is
got
that?
lesions. He's got full blown. He's got full blown AIDS. Those are lesions.
Wicked, huh?
Did you bring that back from the Sierra Leone?
So,
oh my
if you notice below, I found out a lot more names associated with Elisa Jordana.
Oh my God, dude!
Okay.
That should be your least concern at this point.
The guy's on his deathbed fighting the good fight.
Right. At least Jordan is a man.
so
He's
proud
a
of
troll
him.
to the end.
Yeah.
T-Bob, T is for troll. And he was clearly bitten by a snake. Look at his fucking
Something
forehead.
happened there. My
That's
guy,
why he's there.
He's wearing the freaking marks of a beast attack. He's got
He opened
stuff
up
on
his
his
third
chin.
eye too wide.
Yeah.
It's his
Elisa
third
Schwartz.
snout.
One of her alias names is Elisa Jordana also. But this is crazy. I got to look through this and make sure I'm not going to be.
He wrote this down.
Bob was kind of chunky a little while back too, and it looks like he's lost a lot of weight.
Too much weight.
Yeah.
He looks frail.
Otherwise, doxing anybody, right? Nobody wants everybody doxing them these days. It seems.
Did he get beat up, you
Or
think?
does it?
No.
I don't know.
Because these lesions are from something, right?
Either way.
You know what's creepy about this? He actually thinks Elisa Jordana unironically liked him for a time.
I know.
That's what he's doing right now. He's
I know.
He knows that she'll be watching.
Yeah.
So he wants to make like a scene, but play some sort of distance with it. Like, oh, everybody knows he thinks he's like playing with her, but she's just laughing at him the whole time. It's really cringe.
Do you think that she's not into him at all?
Never. Of course not. You know this.
Yeah.
What?
Why'd you say that?
Just, I just need to know.
Are you serious though?
What was that question? What are you, an NBC reporter?
Yeah.
Like just after the big game. What were you thinking when that happened? What's wrong with you? What was that? What was that
What were you
impression?
thinking when it was the bottom of the ninth and it was all on you to win the game and your team? They needed you to make that hit. What were you thinking?
I was actually thinking about Applebee's. Where we're gonna go later. Just kind of distracted.
Oh
no, that was that question. What were you doing there? Was that an impression?
No, I just
for a second I wondered if I had said something stupid.
No,
I was like, "What is going on?"
No, I just thought it'd be funny to entertain the idea that Elisa Jordana actually liked Trumpster Bob.
This makes more sense on the screen. Now when you guys look at each other, I think, yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. We look at each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It had to be the opposite way.
Okay.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah, so now when I look at him, it looks like I'm actually looking at him.
That's
and
perfect.
I guess like you're across the way from me technically.
Yeah.
Like, over here. There's like a bunch of monitors between us.
Yeah. No, Elisa Jordana never liked T-Bob.
Screen around again.
Honestly, she chose like the better path. She could have just been like trophy wife for some dude somewhere.
She might still be.
Yeah. Honestly, you're right. You're right.
There could be like some, I don't know. It's Los Angeles she lives in. Could it be an Armenian?
What was that show she was on? She was on a reality show.
Chris Jericho?
No, it was like she was on some other thing.
There was one she was on that Chris Jericho hosted.
Wasn't
like
it like
dating
a
show?
Oh, okay. I'm not sure.
And then
she
Look at
has
me,
a
I'm still
pitch
working
perfect
even though I'm
mean
in the
girl.
hospital. Ain't that
You know?
cool? Well, not really working. Just doing my
If
thing.
you Google her age, you'll get
So, while
like
looking
5 different ages.
When Andy
Elisa
Dick got put in
Jordana's-
the news, I think they said she was 33 or something. or-
Yeah, right.
Yeah. When that was a while ago, she started being on Howard Stern. How old would she have had to have been then?
She was a baby when she was on, what was the song? The Starship, Cobra Starship?
Yeah.
King Cobra Starship.
Past acquaintances.
She was in the band Cobra Starship.
Lovers.
2007 or something?
Whatnot.
She was 12?
I come across this name right here, and that name just
Look at that
looked
shit.
Russian to me.
Is he
Right
saying this
there.
is Elisa's alias?
Spitting image.
And that's Elisa before she got the
Yeah,
transition?
can't you tell? Can't
Finkel
you
and
tell?
Einhorn. Finkel and Einhorn. They're the same.
You know that movie could never be made now.
Right. Yeah.
And
Nor should it.
Yeah, that movie was a
I
travesty.
say make it again. Make it again.
We're gonna get back to making that stuff. If you look at cinema right now, I think we're already taking a little more risks towards that world. People are getting tired of being right or politically correct.
Look at this though. Right?
That's from 2017.
Right?
She
Look
was
at it. Look
she was
at it.
19 right there.
You know what's funny though? You can go back and see what she looked like back then. She just had a little less work done. She had a different nose back in the day.
I don't know.
What a name.
Oh, she'll admit that. She's very open. She kind of brags about all the work she's had done.
And
It's good work.
Yeah. I wouldn't know if I hadn't seen what she looked like before.
I don't even know. And it does say, if you look right below, here's the translated page version, is right here. He was born in Moscow, Russia.
Moscow, Russia.
Moscow,
She is a Russian agent.
Russia. He is a pop singer and composer of.
See, this is
Sasha
where the connection that he's
Vivazov,
making.
Conquered the pop sky in the early 90s. Music lovers of these years still remember not only the hits, Lily's Bride, Butterfly Moon.
I do remember the hit Butterfly Moon by Elisa Jordana.
The title of this video is Adam's Apple on a Woman Means What?
Damn it, Bob.
But also the bright image of the performer, a handsome Southern guy. He's Southern, he's from freaking Russia.
Well, maybe they mean South Russia. I don't know. Like, Russia has a South, too.
They don't have the South in
And-
Russia.
Right.
Variably with a guitar and charming.
There's North and due North.
Well, that him being into music explains why Elisa would have been attracted to him, because
Oh, this was his
she
her
was
husband?
interested
Did you
in
say?
music.
Okay.
I have
Well,
no
So
idea.
they're not the same person.
I don't
okay.
know what. Because, like, the last video, by the way, Wheezy's in the chat.
Wheezy.
Wheezy
Hey,
and
Wheezy.
Bob have had this. Wheezy, at least at one time, they had a falling out recently. So I don't know if Wheezy and Elisa are still working together. But I had heard that no, they're not.
I don't know.
Do we have a video of Wheezy?
We've had him on the show a couple times. So like he was hosting the Kermit and Friends wrap up show and working with Elisa, and then they had a fight during one of the shows, and then Elisa kicked Wheezy out of their
wow.
Discord and let Bob back in.
Oh, wow.
Should we have Wheezy on for an exclusive?
We could.
If Wheezy, if you want to call in, you're welcome to.
Okay.
So we can catch up with everything.
Yeah, we'll figure out what's going on. So
But
there was
Wheezy
a
says they're
fallout.
working together still. So that
They're
things
back.
are back together.
Okay. Wheezy, you know you're being used, right? It's not that you should care, just as long as you know. Okay.
Yeah, Wheezy, she's playing you the same way she played Trumpster Bob.
She finds the most pathetic guys she can get her talons into. Think about it. T-Bob, Andy Dick, you, right?
You,
Think
right? What about Wappy?
Wappy, yeah.
She got Wappy to babysit Andy Dick for her.
Oh my God, Wappy, that was great. I peeked my head in at a perfect time. You guys were doing a show.
Yeah.
You were talking to Captain Content, and then this guy Wappy comes on, or Wappy. Wappy.
Wow.
And it was an amazing thing because Billy is clearly playing with him, clearly trying to get his goat, right? But it's so subtextual that what he does next makes him look nuts. So Billy's like, "Oh, so yeah, TMZ contacted you, and that was a big deal for you, wasn't it? Huh? Yeah, that was a real big deal for you." And the guy's like, "Yeah, at least I'm not a fat piece of shit like you."
Yeah.
It was great.
I remember because I brought him in, but then I had to go to the bathroom, so I left the room, and it was all chill when I left. When I came back, Wappy was so easily triggered; it was ridiculous.
Yeah, it was amazing because he knew he was smart enough to realize that Billy is toying with him, but he wasn't smart enough to toy back or to make it look like in any way there where the crowd could be won over.
By the way, in my mind, I'm picturing a fictional character named Wappy. And he's kind of like Mario, like Nintendo's Super Mario.
He's from the Bronx.
Maybe a little more extreme
Yeah,
than that.
Whoa.
Like he's always
Yeah, it
like
was on TMZ. Suck it, fatty.
Yeah.
It's Wappy, eh?
Hey,
Wappy.
what do you mean Andrew Dice Clay is an Italian? Huh?
Oh!
Yeah. Holy shit.
So Wappy was also being toyed with by Angela Lansbury. What's her name?
Elisa Jordana.
Elisa Jordana.
Yeah.
I get them confused. Same age bracket. She's like, what is the Oscar Wilde novel? Dorian Gray. She's like Dorian Gray. Yeah, she's like Picture of Dorian Gray.
Forever young.
Yeah.
Elisa is not Murder, She Wrote. She's like Cringe, She Wrote.
She's like the evil step queen in Snow White.
Elisa's not evil.
That's what it reminds me of.
She just shines a light on the
Sims
evil
of the
that
world
men
because they don't have enough.
Yeah.
The evil that men do.
The evil that men do.
Kermit and Friends, she just gets the most pathetic people she can find. Kind of like this podcast.
Yeah.
Like that's why
Did
me
you
and
see
you
the
are
one
on.
that? Did you see the one that James was on? It's James now.
Oh, Nision was on?
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
Andy Dick was like, "You're my favorite YouTuber."
He was like, "Hey, you're so attractive."
Onision, you're my favorite YouTuber.
And Onision fell for it, right?
Onision's like, "Why, thank you."
Well, of course.
Yeah. Very easy to manipulate a
They should do
narcissist.
OnlyFans content
You just got to
together.
make them feel special about themselves. Like my
Tell me
friend
more.
Billy.
Let's check out a little more of T-Bob, and then we'll move on to something else. Let's see what this is. This is an update. Look at him.
My guy's dying.
By the way, this is a guy who claims he can't get viruses, but then he had a cold one time. He told me he had a cold. I'm like, I thought you said you can't get a virus. He's like, what? Like he tried to make the argument that a cold isn't a real virus.
That ain't a virus.
Yeah, I'm just waiting to get upstairs, and they're gonna scan my arm.
He looks bloated compared to
His
the last
arm?
picture.
Can someone tell us in the chat what Bob claims to have wrong with him?
And I still got some
I think he got attacked by a
blood
scorpion.
clotting in the lungs.
He's puffy as fuck in his face, right?
Now he's saying more blood. There's no. I am calling it. Bob had COVID.
Oh no!
I mean, like I'm calling it. Like he keeps saying, like, oh, I think I got blood clots in my lungs. You don't keep going back to the hospital over and over again with blood clots to the lungs, like, dude.
Fuck. A fixed soul's calling a pulmonary embolism.
I don't know.
Black Mamba bit my head.
It does look like he's like bloated right now. Like something happened to him.
Yeah.
His nose looks all ruffled and puffed. And
I think it's because he's gotten beat up before.
Maybe,
Makes
yeah.
breathing uncomfortable.
I mean, living does.
Yeah, I'll be taken care of. It ain't no worries. I had a feeling I was
Mr.
gonna
Captain Snacks in our fan chat suggesting Bob thinks he's virus free because he lived in the 80s and made it through the AIDS epidemic.
You know, that would make more sense than the thing he actually believes, which is like his pores are too small or something, right?
My pores are too small.
Tiny pores, none of the sick can get in.
Yeah, it filters them out and he just pisses them out.
It tries to squeeze in sideways, but my pores are too tight.
Yep, it's something like that.
Back in
It's
here
so
for this
weird.
anyway. So, it's just part of having a rare condition like I do. That's all.
I think you have COVID, Bob, and you just don't want to admit it.
It's a rare condition this day and age.
The odds are you have COVID.
Dying of a broken heart because of
Look
Elisa
at that, man.
Jordana,
He
Russian
stuck that
agent.
thing in my
man.
arm. And it got too freaking tight, so I just popped it off.
If he had
The way I
COVID, they'd
do
put
it.
him in like a COVID ward, wouldn't they? Or are they back
So,
putting them in the
His
general
IV got too
population?
tight, so he popped it off.
I
That's
popped
what he
it
said.
out.
It got too tight. I popped that off. He's
Put
gonna
one
die
of them
in
on my
there.
arm, and it wants to go all the way down to the
They
bone.
tried to give me a colonoscopy,
Rip
but
it
my
off.
asshole was too tight to fit the
Sometimes my
camera,
needles, if
so
I
I'm
don't
gonna
like the way
die
the
of
needles in there,
butthole
I
cancer.
just take it out. That way they got to put a new one in to do it right. Or put it in a better location.
I love his story about the reason why he had to plead guilty to assault with a deadly weapon. Isn't that what it was?
He had to plead guilty to
R words.
R words, yeah.
I thought it was assault with a deadly weapon.
No, it was grape with a knife. She said he pulled a knife on her.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like a convicted rapist, and he was like
At knife point.
That's what the story said, and he explained it.
There was
like,
some other component to it that I can't remember.
He was like,
right
she
now.
was friends with my future wife at the time, and she was jealous that I was all up in my wife's business, and she tried to stay with me, and she tried to be with me, and I told her no, and then she said I graped her, and then he's like, and we had a big court case, and they were like, you could fight it, or you could take this guilty plea deal.
Yeah, like what? Usually when you take a plea deal, you agree to a lesser charge, not the same charge you were originally charged with.
Yeah, no.
It's usually the case.
And you're not going to take
life
one
is
unless there's
good
strong
outside of
evidence
this.
against you.
You would think, but he said he didn't have the money to
Am I
fight
hooked
it.
up?
So.
They ain't even got nothing hooked to that one.
Jeez.
And they got this one. They ain't got nothing hooked to it. Wait a minute.
People are saying that he had an accident while doing the butthole challenge. That's why he's in the
Yeah,
hospital.
they had an IV in both arms. I don't know what they stuck in.
I don't know what it was. I was about to submerge the whole pumpkin, though.
All right, when I
Boy,
come in here, it's
that's-
like I'm a needle bag or something.
Anyway,
Wow.
tell Alicia I hate her.
I ran that red dye up in
And
there
I'll be home for
did
dinner.
the scan on my lungs. Everything's fine except for them damn blood clots.
Or everything's fine except for blood clots.
Just those little blood clots.
It's like being on an airplane and the pilot's like, everything's fine except for those holes in the fuselage.
Right.
Right?
Yeah. If it wasn't for this gall-darned aneurysm, I'd be out on my feet in no
Right.
time.
So I'll be fine. They just a follow up to get rid of the blood clots. They got to run that blood thinner in me for a few days. And
Something about myocardial infarction.
hopefully I'll be out
Sounds
by
made
Friday,
up.
but if I'm not, then I'm going to miss the Dallas Cowboys show.
All right, Doc, enough with your $10 words. Tell me whether or not my pores are going to keep this coronavirus out of my body.
What if Bob is using this to try to get out of going to court?
He looks sick as fuck, so, I mean, you drink some bleach?
He never really looked good to begin with, though.
Yeah.
Listen, if I tell you I raped her, will you stop the clotting?
Because he might be facing jail time if he's found guilty of this. And the public defender's office won't even take him. He verbally abused his public defender. We saw the last hearing they had to schedule his pretrial.
Wow.
Yeah, because he's a dick to everybody.
The judge was being pretty cool with him, though, that night.
Knife rapist.
The judge had a lot of patience
Because
for
the judge
Bob.
probably like, this guy's mental. You know, he's mental.
And I don't want to miss that, so I want to be out of here by Friday.
The Texas judge was actually a Drunken Peasants fan the Drunken Peasants fan that was indicted in the J.F. Garapi lawsuit.
Oh my God!
Or was it a criminal suit?
It wasn't a criminal suit.
The slow girl.
It was like a
Yeah, the judge is the slow girl. She transitioned into a judge.
Oh.
It was like a custody.
Because I don't want to miss going to the islands. That's fun. Being on the islands, man, that's the hangout right there on the island.
Remember, he thought he was going to move to Sierra Leone and open like a construction company and a taxi cab company. And all
he
this
thought he
shit.
was going to terraform the Sierra Leone to be his new oasis.
Right. Sierra Leone is a sketchy
It's like
country.
the hangout. So to be able to go to a major event on the
High
islands
five, sweet boys.
Give me a
Smoke
high
weed every day.
five. Smoke it.
like that, that's pretty cool, man. So I don't want to miss that. But your health comes first, right?
What is going
Your
on?
health
in the
comes
background?
first. Guilty plea comes
Zombie
second.
outbreak?
Did you hear that shit in the background?
Yeah.
Sound pretty bad. It's a hospital, though. You never really know.
He's probably not even in a hospital. He's in a
Do
cafeteria.
you hear this shit?
I don't want to go back
Yeah.
to whatever was said.
It is weird. Hold on, I just want to focus on it just for a second.
They got him in a home.
Yeah.
Oh my
To go to a
God.
major event on the islands like that, that's pretty cool, man. So I don't want to miss that.
One flew into the cuckoo's nest and showed his butthole.
But your health comes first, right?
I'm so glad Bob is there to live stream this
And
shit.
he's smiling.
Yeah,
Look
with
at
this
this
shit
sick
going on
fuck.
behind him.
Look at this sick
This
fuck.
is like HIPAA violation or something, right? Isn't it? Like
Is it for a
it's
for
like
a person who's not taking any Hippocratic oath?
I mean, yeah, you shouldn't be allowed to like film in a hospital without everyone in there's permission, I would think.
You might have the permission of the wailing banshee in the background.
Some of your comments.
Some of your comments. And this screaming lady. Screaming for her life. Just make
Well,
me
we'll see
laugh.
about that tricep. Hope that people didn't get themselves in too much trouble.
Hello, sir. So they're gonna go ahead and do an ultrasound of your upper arms to
Mhm.
check it out.
Are they gonna
okay?
do it while I'm down here?
Yeah, they're gonna do it here.
Oh, well, they
yeah,
sped it
should
up.
Be,
Okay.
They should be down here shortly to get it.
He's always pervy to the
done.
nurses.
I think they're gonna do it here at bedside. Alrighty. So for the meantime, I'm going to give you some Lovenox. It's gonna go here on your belly, sort of like.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
As to
Put it in my
prevent any
belly.
blood clots.
Shot.
Alrighty.
That's for blood clotting?
Yeah,
Yeah.
to prevent blood clots, and then they're gonna come and do the
Can I,
ultrasound.
can I show my friends?
No.
Oh my God. She's like, no.
No.
And then he turned it off. No questions asked.
No, they went for like another
Ben paused
hour.
it. There's another hour of Bob just giving himself his own administered colonoscopy. Jamming the phone up his ass.
What is this? Oh, I guess here the bath. He's bitching about the bathroom being out of order here.
Now he's got
Well, what
another
do you
mark.
know?
Look at his fucking right eye.
Damn, shower's out of order.
Got stung by a bee.
So he must have a better internet connection here because it's way clearer now.
I'm waiting for somebody to fix it or something.
I'm with the Corona. I don't know what time.
Where he lives, almost everyone is Hispanic. He lives so close to the border of Mexico that he's actually a minority where he lives. Almost everyone is Hispanic.
You got another shower I can use?
Oh my God. Oh yeah, he was telling everyone he got a sponge bath the other day.
I insist.
Wouldn't that be awkward to like be the nurse giving him? I would send male nurses to give his ass a sponge bath because like he'd be popping a boner. You know he would. Like,
I wonder if
he has that kind of control.
Yeah,
at his age.
I wonder if the nurses like that shit.
That's kind of like how you wondered if Elisa actually wanted to date Bob too.
If you're a nurse, he's boring
It's
ass
kind of the
day,
same
and you're like, hey,
wonder thing.
I'm watching this guy and he got a boner. That's
Nothing wrong
flattering.
with a boner.
Yeah, it's flattering, isn't it?
I don't know what time they come to.
Do you have another shower I can use?
Other no.
No?
No, it's busy now.
Wow. Can I get a sponge bath? Yeah.
That's my line.
You can alone?
Huh?
You can alone?
I don't know. I can't get my back. I need somebody to do my back.
Can I get a sponge bath?
Sponge bath.
Yeah, you can. You can do.
Yeah, I can do, but I need somebody to do my back for me.
I need someone to do my back and my testicles.
Okay.
I get a sponge bath. This guy, he's fucking sick.
I know.
See, I'm in my bathrobe.
He's ready. She's like, you'll do it yourself.
Ready to go.
And he's like, if you get my back.
And showered out of order.
While you're down there, why don't you check my butthole?
Jesus.
Hello, darkness,
blood thinner,
my
they put
friend. I'm scrubbing Trumpster Bob again.
I told you.
Real conservatives don't wipe. We conserve
told
toilet paper.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sporting this half chub here.
So the vote in the chat, everybody's saying the nurses would not enjoy Trumpster Bob getting a boner during
get
a
out.
sponge bath.
What a
No way.
surprise.
Yeah, that's the consensus.
Billy, you're wrong again.
Is it? There's no such thing as stupid questions, or stupid answers.
There's no such thing as stupid questions.
Just stupid answers.
Billy says that. Just Billy saying that is great.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as stupid questions. You've been asking stupid questions for 700
Because
episodes.
somebody told me there was no such thing as stupid questions.
Who told you?
You're really testing
Keller.
that theory.
Yeah,
For everything it's worth.
put some work in.
How dare you give that guy the finger when he just wanted an ID? Only an asshole would
Felt
do
so
that.
bad.
That
for
was
him.
bad, yeah.
His face was like he was like
It wasn't
broken.
knife rape level, but it was bad. Grape level, but
Yeah.
we were, I'm going to say it, we were schmoes today.
We were not good boys.
It was for a good cause.
The children's hospital.
The children's hospital. We were robbing for the children's hospital.
Yeah, while we did that, there were 14 kids that escaped from that elementary school that, were having a bad day. And we got 14 kids out of that elementary school while we caused this distraction.
Calling in a bomb threat.
There's no record of that.
None.
All right, so we're going to check out this stuff with Shanny and Rev, I guess.
Yeah, I guess Rev got arrested.
Yeah, this is something else. And we'll play an intro for it. Here we go.
He has done a lot of things to me. So no, I don't regret calling him that word. Because any man, I don't care what skin color you are, any person who tries to steal your house and your home is a fucking
tired of just asking a question and he takes it all wrong.
She looks worse than Bob. It's rough.
Yelling.
She got attacked by a scorpion?
I'm sick of not being able to have a relationship.
So it's funny because this video is her telling everyone that she called the cops on Rev.
Yeah, Rev.
Who, by the way, it recorded, she is beaten up. She's way bigger than him. Like, he's a little guy, and she's like a way above average sized woman. Like, height, too. Like, not just weight, like height. I don't know. I would guess she's over 6 feet tall. It seems like it.
Nice.
She's Golden Gloves, too.
She looked, well, there was like the blood on the walls, too. Like, because when they trashed their house and had to leave town, people found out where they lived and went into it, and it was just gross.
So bad.
It was so unsanitary, and there was like blood on the walls and all kinds of crazy shit. And they have 2 kids, too, and I think at least one of them's like special needs and shit. It's really messed up. But she is talking about how she had him put in jail, but this whole fucking video is all about her, just talking about herself.
Is the video titled "Jason Has Been Arrested"?
Yes. This is from Instagram, so there's like, it's clipped together, so there's a little like stutter here and there where she'll say the same thing twice.
With my sons fully, because he doesn't really allow us to communicate. He kind of keeps me isolated a lot of the time. He tells my sons to leave the room a lot.
What?
And I don't know what I'm gonna do with my life.
Hey! She tells my fucking kids to leave the fucking room all the
because
time.
I got no family.
Do you want to eat my
I really don't have any
fucking
friends.
presents? Do you want to eat my fucking ass?
I don't want to.
And it's just me and my
Shut
sons.
up!
That's all.
Billy
It's
the
just me and my
Prince.
sons.
And listen to me right now.
And like,
do you want to eat my fucking
really
ass?
scared, and I feel
I
alone.
don't.
Do you want to eat my motherfucking ass, Billy
I
the
feel like
Prince?
I stopped
fool.
at the
I'm in
grocery
my
store
house.
and got some snacks so
I'm
I wouldn't
safe.
be hungry for ass.
Do you want to suck on my dingleberries, Billy the Prince?
No, Joe.
And
Billy the
hungry?
Prince, I got one of those droopy ass pussies that hangs out.
Jason's in
Do you
jail.
want to suck on my puss
And,
droop,
No,
Billy the Prince?
I don't need the puss droop. I'm okay.
Suck on my puss
I
droop,
hope I
Billy the
can make it through. I can't
Prince.
drive. My
No,
legs
thank
won't
you.
work. I can't really
I don't need
walk
that droop.
either.
What is that puss droop? Who would come up with something so gross?
Puss droop. Puss
How do
droop
we get groceries?
makes me hungry.
Hashtag puss droop.
How do I take care of my sons when I can't move? When I can't walk? When I can barely fucking function?
These are all good questions.
I feel like a fool that I let this relationship go on for so long.
For so long.
She's never
Go on
pronounced
for.
the
She
Gs.
never pronounces the G's at the end of the words.
Yeah, only in the middle of them.
Fucking believe how long this went on. I'm a human being.
She has no problem pronouncing the G's in words like bigger or trigger or tigger or digger or
Yeah.
chigger.
That one.
Chigger? Like, you ever have a chigger?
Why can't she walk? She said she can't walk.
She's morbidly
Because
obese.
gravity.
Oh.
Yeah, she's too fat.
Billy, you knew right away. You were like, she doesn't want to.
Because to be honest, he's been so alive, and it was nothing but him threatening me when he get really drunk.
Oh my God.
To be hit over the head
Literally,
with a
there's
baseball
a
bat, and I
there's with a baseball bat. There's body cam footage of you getting arrested for beating him up, and him not getting arrested because he got beat up.
You think the body cam footage was like Amber Heard getting the world to hate Johnny Depp, and we were all wrong with the body cam footage, and now we're seeing her and her vindication?
Wow, that is an exceptionally intelligent question, Billy.
Thank you. Thank you. Indubitably.
with him.
It's so intelligent, I can't even answer it. It's just
some questions don't
Because
need
he kept
answers.
saying, "I'm sorry, give me another chance, I'll change," and he never did. It just got worse. And he called me all these names whenever he'd get mad.
Oh no.
All these names.
Name one
I
of
need
them.
better. I know.
Did he talk about your puss
But
droop?
what is better? Getting in another relationship with someone who's just gonna end up hurting me again? Hurting me again?
You're in a vicious cycle, Shanny.
Yeah.
I don't want a relationship with anyone. That it's like from the farthest of my mind thinking having someone else, being with someone else.
You're harping on it too much,
It's-
love. He just went into jail today.
it's the furthest away from literally everyone else's mind too.
Yeah.
He probably fills the
having
troughs
somebody else,
at the house.
riding someone else, getting my hair pulled by someone else. I can't even think of it. He's been incarcerated for 6 hours.
Do you think this opens the door for G-Man to move in?
It's already happened.
Like, are you joking or?
Well, I don't know for sure.
Okay, I'm like, oh, okay, I would believe it. I would believe it if G-Man was already in.
I think he's already been in.
Rev, you beat this woman. You beat this fine, beautiful specimen. This 100% grade A USDA choice beef, this Wagyu. You hurt her, Rev. I'm here now to tell you God left this safe open for me.
Oh, fuck yeah, Gary, yeah. Take on my droopy puss, Gary. Oh, yeah, fuck yeah. Ah.
Would you raise her kids?
Would I raise Shanny for Christ kids?
It was a Billy question.
I'm trying to give a Billy answer.
Okay. Okay, let's from the top. Would you raise her kids?
I'd probably raise them to be Mr. Girl fans.
It was a Billy answer.
Because I don't want to be hurt again. I want to be valued as a person. I want to be loved as a woman and treated respectfully.
Interesting.
Damn.
As a woman.
I would have thought her once
importantly.
would include more snack cakes.
I want my sons to be respected and treated like they should be. Like they should be. With love, compassion.
The stutter makes me want someone to edit her as like Max Headroom. Beep, 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 beep. You know? But that's an outdated reference.
And empathy. Fear of them blowing up at me or ostracizing me or
supersizing or ostracizing?
Making me feel bad for trying to make a good decision in life, trying to be happy. I'm tired.
What was the better decision?
Of working,
spending $750,000 of
to make
Rev's
money.
family's endowment that he got when someone passed away.
Yeah, they gladly pissed that away, and now she's mad that she has to go work.
Yeah, was that a better decision? Pissing away all that money in 1 year, buying shit to leave in a house that you filled with filth and turned on like a fairly brand new condominium townhouse into a fucking trash heap.
Yeah, that was insane.
Or-
I honestly, like, they could have just been like, hey, we got $500,000. Let's put $400,000 in the bank, and we'll just live like kings off of the $100,000 this next year. That sounds more reasonable. But you just like it was like a year and a half. I can't imagine like pissing away that kind of money. I don't know.
Or was it a bigger mistake to start an OnlyFans and not give us all that follow-up content we've been craving? That's the question.
They lost money on their OnlyFans.
People would create like troll accounts on their OnlyFans, and they would think it was really the actual celebrities. Like they thought Snoop was watching, jerking off to their.
While this man does nothing but complain about his mental health and does.
Do you remember that? We were doing Actual Mania, and Shanny was a competitor, and then I played like her. It was like the most PG porn they made because you couldn't really see anything. You could just see Rev wearing a T-shirt, like humping these giant flesh-colored mounds in front of him.
Took his mouth.
And then there's like Shanny's little head in front of the camera, like yeah, fuck me, Rev, like that.
Yeah.
And Rev's in the background, like yeah.
Yeah, Shan. Coleslaw with the baby carrot. Let's make some coleslaw and the puss droop.
Nothing to help us. Does nothing to help us.
It is coleslaw.
I made it. I made the money. I've been supporting us.
When you take into account the $750,000 that he was inherited.
Was it that much? I thought it was $500.
Really? I thought it was
I don't
$750,
know.
but I could be wrong.
Yeah, it could have been. I don't remember.
And I am a fool, and I feel like a fraud. I feel like a phony because I tell women to be strong, to not get into...
To be strong.
Gotta be
strong.
She's having imposter syndrome.
Strong.
Usually get imposter syndrome when you've done something great, right? You feel like you don't
Yes.
deserve it?
Yep.
She's getting imposter syndrome from living in squalor and crying about not being able to feed herself because she can't walk to the fridge.
abusive relationships to get out. And here I am.
Was that a metaphor? Walk to the fridge? Shanny.
I want her to marry me.
I mean, would. Because I didn't want.
If Shanny and I had kids, would it just be a 50-50 chance that we would give birth to like either a me or a her? Would it just be that perfect? Where like if it's a boy, it's a me, and if it's a girl, it's a her?
You know,
or
if
would
Scott
it just
were
be
here, he'd make a
like
totally
a corgi.
different joke.
Yeah. What would Scott say?
Scott would say basically you and Shanny are the same, so it'd be 100% chance that it would be a you.
Yeah.
Meaning you and Shanny are the
That's
same
exactly
person.
what Scott would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, Scott, you're fucked up.
Yeah.
I didn't want people to know that I was in one, but I also didn't want women to get in one at the same time. And there's been times on and then he does this, I'm sorry, I'm gonna change. Please just wait until I get into
Tina,
therapy.
please take me back, baby.
Oh no.
You're beyond Thunderdome.
And he never does go into therapy. He never does get better.
Do you go to therapy?
And I'm stuck there, waiting to be respected.
Waiting
to feel loved.
Waiting on the world to change. Shanny, you should feel loved.
I don't have anyone.
Yeah, there was a video where like Shanny's mom was like, "We're so sorry. We know Shanny's a bitch."
Damn.
Yeah, I felt really bad for her during that video. The mom was like saying that her ex-husband was like a good person, and it's like, man, your mom doesn't take your side. That's kind of fucked. Like that's when I was like,
maybe
poor Shanny.
But maybe she doesn't deserve it to have her side taken.
Even like if you're a mass murderer, your parents should be like quiet about like the person you are. Like it's such a shame what they did, but like, you know, don't be like go out on the internet trying to.
Are you just
tell
hoping your
tales.
family does that for you?
Yeah.
I think Billy's stepping up to the plate.
Yeah,
You're going to be with Shanny.
I'll marry Shanny for Christ and raise those kids.
Yeah.
I'll raise those kids to be twice as fat as I ever was.
It's just me and my boys. So, like, I'm scared.
Just like if kids have shit parents that they don't have to respect them, I feel the same way the other way around.
I'm different the other way around because like the parents had a hand in raising that kid.
I know we won't.
They had
you
a
should,
hand.
You
They
should
don't
feel like that was your failure as well, you know, as a parent.
It's their, like, it's more the individual's failure. The parenting can have something to do with it. It's a factor for sure, but people make their own decisions at a certain age.
I just think if you raise that person and then they're a fuck up, you should kind of like shut up about it.
I mean, people can be raised completely right, and then once they're out on their own, they make all the wrong decisions.
We say that, but at least
then
20
he lies to
people
the-
watching right now have masturbated to Shanny's porn.
Cop,
Oh, I
and then
know.
I get in trouble.
You guys are sick.
But not this time. Not this time.
Not this time.
Thank you. Thank you, Daniel. Not this time.
Is this someone trying to get up in it, or is it like
Daniel Penna Marketing is
done.
about to be Shanny's new papa.
I barely know you, but you got me. I don't play games with abusive men.
I'm
Wow.
done.
You got me,
I'm done
Shanny.
listening
Daniel
to his
Penna
pity
Marketing.
party.
You're gonna come over and be those kids'
I
daddy.
lost my mom and dad. So did I. Except you lost your parents years ago. I lost my parents just a couple months ago.
Have you checked under one of your fat rolls?
Oh my God!
What does that mean?
I don't abuse people.
I don't
Because
understand
I lost my
that
parents.
fat jokes are bad because I hear them all the time directed at me. I thought it was fun.
No.
To make fun of people's
It's
dead
only
parents
fun
and
when
their
a
fat
thin
rolls.
person makes
Who
fun
did
of a fat
that?
person.
Oh, what? I did.
Oh,
It's only fun when a thin person
No.
makes fun of a fat person? That's true. Why are we playing one of my videos? Oh.
someone did say like something about your triple titties today.
There's like layers.
Those people
It's like a
really
cake.
disrespected me. I was trying to commit a heist, and you guys were being body shaming me.
Yeah. How's he supposed to heist while you're body shaming
Yeah,
him?
how am I supposed to ever get all the hot new weed? They have a they had a new strain out called White
Give a
Lice.
shit.
I was
You
trying
don't
to get
give
that
a-
white lice.
The funny thing is, neither of you guys give a shit about weed at all.
I heard the white lice was a big street value.
The comment was removed. I didn't remove your comment,
They call
sir.
it the cannabis crack.
Listen, breathe, talk about it. Some more. Daniel
You think
Pena
that-
marketing.
You think this is a troll?
Never again.
Doing some gay ops.
I hope not.
No.
I hope it's her next lover, and we're just here talking about her and Daniel Pena. And Daniel Pena is like a complete opposite of Rev. They become like super duper.
Did
I
you
don't
guys
know,
talk
Ozzy
about how
Osbourne
like you
fans?
went somewhere and there was like this guy who was like a Nordic god with this woman who was like a 2?
Yeah, that was on Venice Beach.
Yeah.
And we were walking down Venice Beach. Usually there's like tons of beach buds. And there was this guy, and he was built like, you know, like a John Cena, but like younger. Probably a little more preppy than John Cena would be, you know. He looked like he had good upbringing. He obviously had the build. He obviously had the looks.
I think what's happened here is that Rev has finally run out of all money and or is no longer attracted to her. So Shannon
Why
wants
was
a new
he ever?
sucker. See if T-Bob is available.
Well,
she can't be any worse than some woman in
Oh my
Sierra
God,
Leone.
T-Bob and Shanny would be a great hookup.
That'd be fucked up.
That'd be so fucking good.
Matchmaker.
Yes.
But yeah, like I remember this story. So it was a dude that was like very attractive with
Very attractive guy, and this girl
You know
looked
what
like
probably-
an MIT dropout, right? Like she just looked like she was not anything.
Was she overweight?
I wouldn't say overweight.
No, she was dumpy. She
Yeah.
was like
I was gonna say maybe she was like on his level, and then he got her pregnant. And then,
no, it was just an unfortunate build. She was like she had
Huh.
no curvature. She was just like a little potato.
Yeah,
you know.
and she had she looked like a mousy person, but she walked like a fucking god.
Yeah.
And this guy looked like he was her lap dog. It was not.
It was great.
It didn't make any sense.
Never again
Joe and I fell in love with her.
will I let another human being put me down like that.
So why did Rev get arrested? I guess he hit one of her kids.
I don't know.
What?
Yeah, I guess he hit.
I missed that.
I don't know if it was said in this clip or not.
The
but-
document doesn't say specifically what it was either. It's public record, so I can put it out.
Yeah.
It's there's a criminal docket.
Yeah,
right here.
Awaiting preliminary hearing arraignment. County jail, unable to post bail.
I didn't get that out of anything she said.
Yeah.
Because she's just talking about herself because she's a fucking egomaniac.
That's insane. They're in Scranton?
Yeah.
Wow.
Scranton.
So the
simple
charge-
assault,
Yeah.
harassment subject to other physical contact. Those are the charges on board.
Oh, okay.
So
It
maybe
doesn't specify of a minor.
So maybe maybe her son called the cops.
I don't know what happened. It usually would say a minor, and I know their kids are minors, so
Yeah.
I don't want to spread misinformation. I don't know if he hit one of their kids or not.
Yeah, I'm not
Does
sure
she say it
exactly.
here? Does she say it here?
I don't
no,
know.
Billy's just saying what he would do if he was him.
Yeah. No, I heard from somebody that he put his hands on the kids, but I don't know if that's true or not. So I'm still trying to get to the bottom of everything. I thought it would be out by now.
Admit that you talked to the kids. Admit it.
We share a Minecraft server and
Never
an interest in
again.
Magic the Gathering cards. Those children love Chipotle.
I don't want to keep doing this for the rest of my life.
Doing what?
Being in an abusive relationship.
Talking to the camera.
Oh,
I don't want to keep waiting on a man
Waiting.
who doesn't help me. Help me.
By the way, the kids are totally hers. Like, they're not his kids biologically.
yeah.
Who?
It's one thing to raise another man's kids, but to hit another man's kids, pathetic. Have your own kids if you want to hit kids.
I don't think people should hit
He's only with
Oh,
me
yeah,
because he
that
pities
too.
me.
I wonder which commandment Shanny thinks is thou shalt not chew.
I don't need lies.
You only get a body like that if you don't chew your food.
She's like an anaconda.
Anaconda
need lies.
don't want none unless they
I'm
got
done being
buns,
embarrassed
son.
by him. I'm done letting his racist ideology.
Whoa!
Oh my God. I could play the whole video, by the way.
His ideology seeped in and made her go on that rant.
Made her go racist, yeah.
Yeah.
How about that?
That was funny when he was on InfoWars, though.
Rev was?
Yeah, he
Oh,
was.
God.
He was on InfoWars
I
once.
don't recall.
Find me.
She's just an unfortunate person. It's just, it's tough. It's
I'm
tough
done
to
being
look
called the C word.
What's that?
Cute.
I'm done being called a whore and a slut.
Hold on, though. You were like asking him to call you those in those videos, right? We watched them. Do you remember that?
We watched all
tried
the
to
porn
block
together.
them out, yeah.
We watched them, and Billy drew them, actually.
I thought you were going to say I jerked off, and I'm like, I don't remember
Well,
that.
I thought that was amazing how you drew with one hand and the computer
With
was
my
just kind
left hand free.
I don't want to be called
And my
that.
right hand grip.
She's tired of that. So stop it, guys.
I'm just done with it. I'm just done with it. I'm just done. You know, I'm done seeing him, and then under the same.
Are those drawings still on
She
your
thinks
computer?
this is a FaceTime with her
Probably.
sister.
I don't know. Is she FaceTiming with her sis?
That's what she thinks this is. She has no idea.
She's
talking
acting
to
that way.
everyone. Yeah.
Well, no, she's such an extrovert that they have streamed their worst failures live. Like, I'm like, why? Even like, if I even got into the beginning of a situation like they've been in, I would have ended the stream. But they're like streaming the whole thing. There's this time where they ended up. They're too dumb to follow Google Maps, and they ended up on like a railroad service road, where like usually just for people repairing train tracks would go, and they're driving, and then they try to drive their shitty SUV over these full-size train tracks and pop a tire and get caught with their car on top of train tracks.
Wow. Well, they show the rest of us how to live.
But then I guess Shanny had a Hulk moment where Rev was revving the engine.
Yeah, that's what I heard. I never saw the clip of her moving it off.
She
of the-
claimed it, though.
Oh.
She
claimed
said
she
it.
got and moved the car.
That
I
she
think
did
she
it.
used her fat to like counterbalance and sat on one of the bumpers, and that caused the wheels to go back into an alignment where they could do some traction.
So if Daniel Pena is not going to step up to the plate, and Billy's not going to step up to the plate, we need to find somebody in our audience that's willing to do it for real, not as
Yeah,
a troll.
Those you want
To bang Shanny?
Not just bang, to having to hold, to
having
love,
old and
to
love.
raise
She
the
wants
children.
love.
They
No calling
couldn't-
her cute. No calling her whore. No calling her any of
They
those.
couldn't
names.
be a weekend lover, maybe?
Jamarcus, you're not doing anything, and you live in Pennsylvania as well.
Oh my
Sorry
God.
to dox you. Come on, that would
Come
only
on.
make sense.
Oh,
Lord
Yeah.
Jamarcus.
you guys can start a gaming channel.
Yeah,
He says, I
I
do live in
ship it.
PA.
there you go.
Oh
I
my
ship it.
God.
Done.
Raise those kids, Jamarcus.
I
Teach them how to
ship
play.
it.
Teach them how to play Magic cards correctly.
We solved
Well,
it.
I mean, you can start one with her.
Yeah, start one with a lovers gaming channel. Not just you. You can't just be all about you. It has to be about each other.
Do you want to eat my fucking ass, Jamarcus?
And then Jamarcus will be like, okay.
Could you imagine?
That's my Jamarcus. It's a
Could you
good-
imagine the next time we have Lord
For every
Magicus?
$50 dodo, I'll take a shot out of Shanny's butthole.
Yeah. The next time we have Lord Magicus on as a guest, he's just doing $50 butt shots out of these mountain of cheeks. We
she's like,
see him
"Yeah."
crawl up out of it like he's a
Like-
meerkat, and he's just suckling fucking hot rum out of her snoot.
He makes his own line of magic cards, but they're all her themed.
This is my worldly goddess deck. the Craterhoof Behemoth.
He's like masturbating while he does it. People in the chat are like, yeah.
I've twiddled my throne of bone to the Craterhoof Behemoth.
Breath. He says he doesn't like it. He doesn't agree with it. He doesn't look at it, even though he looks at it and lies to me like I'm stupid.
He says my fucking tits smell like cat pee.
That was abuse.
That was sick. Yeah, that was wrong.
He should have never done that.
Yeah, well, to be fair, she should never have let those cat spits on them.
Yeah, the trading your tits out for a litter box was a mistake. I think. You can't be a victim 100% of the time. You do have to take some of the blame.
Yeah.
Not cat pee.
I'm with you 98% of the way, but that cat pee tit thing.
She squirted.
Oh God.
Remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
Shanny for Christ squirted.
Oh
Yes,
God.
it is Rev.
Nick Fuentes, he's the guy.
Nick and Shanny, because like Nick's not attracted to women, right?
She's the one to set him straight. He just didn't realize he liked women until he was swimming in one.
He doesn't. He doesn't have to like women to turn Shanny into his alt-right baby factory.
He just needs to like. She's like his mobile waterbed.
Imagine a flesh pool made of pudding.
Yeah.
He just needs to pop a couple of
That
fucking
droopy
Wookiees into her
pussy.
Bacta tank and let it go to life. Seb McHugg says, I wonder what Billy's folds smell like. Depends on whether it's a bad spine day.
And our kids won't play sports. I can guarantee you that.
I'm done with how he treats my kids.
Lord Magicus says he would sooner delete his gaming channel than share it with Shanny for Christ. He'll still eat her ass, though.
Mm-hmm. He's stepping up.
How he's gotten me to compromise who I am as a person. Made me say things
Chevy. Yes.
and do things that was totally opposite of my character.
Did he make you drop the M-bomb in that tirade that lasted
I feel like such a
months?
fucking idiot.
Well, there's a rare moment of self-awareness.
And I feel like such a disappointment to my sons.
Where's the drop?
Meanwhile, her sons are eating paste in the other room.
Oh, God. Little fuckers sitting down under the kitchen sink chewing on a wastebasket.
Mommy,
Well,
can we
were
come
in a
out
fight.
now?
I was like,
Get in
"You've
there!
already broken
Get in there!
me. What
Get
more
in
do
there, you
want
little
from
shit!
me?
Mommy's pouring her
Already
soul out!
broken.
I guarantee you there's a bunch of Fig Newtons within arm's distance of her right now. When they were doing their drive across the country, she had like a whole bunch of like oat bars and shit like on the dashboard right in front of her.
I'm already sad and miserable most of the time. I felt like I couldn't be myself. I felt like I couldn't say how I feel.
Interesting, because you said a whole lot of shit over the last 4 years.
A lot.
I'm wondering at what point you weren't allowed to speak because you ran the fucking gamut on horrible shit to say.
What about the stream that was like 2 to 3 hours long where you and Rev and G-Man eat watermelon and fried chicken? And then there's like a whole segment of that, like an hour and a half long segment where you send Rev off to go get something and you and G-Man just sit around and say all kinds of racist shit and flirt with each other the whole time. Because I remember that. Rev wasn't making you do anything there.
Well, actually, Rev masterminded their cuck-hot wife relationship.
Oh, he was watching the stream from somewhere
he wanted
else.
a bowl. That was his cue. Whenever he leaves the room, he's like, well, the watermelon's out. You know what to do.
They set up a tent in the backyard.
Yeah.
Because I have a lot of liberal views and he has a lot of conservative views, and then I get called
You do not have liberal views.
stupid
Her liberal usage of the N-word.
for just having empathy for people. I get called not an American because I don't like Trump.
Pretty sure you
That
supported
Trump
him.
was the greatest thing that ever happened in this country.
You
no,
voted
he
for Trump.
wasn't. He caused nothing but division.
Pretty sure you were a big Trump fan.
And I'm pretty sure she can't even do long division.
When there was a when COVID first hit, she made a bunch of videos claiming she had COVID when she didn't too. She's just a mess.
My oldest son. He
Mom.
said, "Mom, you can't take him back anymore."
Is this a conversation that you should be talking about?
Well, hopefully it's her saying, "Yeah, I know I'm gonna be here for my boys and not for my own personal gain."
You can't keep letting him do this to you.
And I said, "You're the dumbest 17-year-old I've ever met."
He probably is like early teens, I think. I think the older kid is like early to mid-teens.
Oh.
I can't believe his mom is trying to be her daughter.
This bitch here made a video about Shabisky. Like Shabisky was trolling her a little bit, and she actually was attracted to Shabisky and flirted with him a bunch.
Oh yeah.
And then Shabisky kind of like punked her out, and then she made a video being like, "You know what? You know why I think Shabisky was after me? He was trying to get close to my sons." And she made this weird.
It's canon now.
Mr. Tasty, Mr. Swirly claim.
I can buy it. Look at his. Have you ever seen his facial hair? Nobody wears facial hair like that unless they're.
Hold on.
I like how Daniel Pena marketing is turning on Shanny now since her liberal comment. Well, some liberal views are not okay, but we can all compromise. And Trump did have gas at $2.65. Now Biden has it at $5.
Yeah, I love this. I love this notion that the price of gas is directly tied to whoever the president is. Like what?
That's your report card as a president.
Like he wakes up in the morning. He's like, "Oh, today gas is gonna be $6 a gallon."
Right.
Shit.
Gas was like under $3 when nobody could drive because there was no work to go to.
When I first started driving when I was 16, Bill Clinton was president, and I bought gas for like 79 cents a gallon.
Yeah, the cheapest I ever saw was
Damn, that must
89
mean
cents.
Bill Clinton's like the greatest president of
Ever.
my lifetime.
And then Carter's got to be the worst ever. Because,
Actually, like inflation-wise,
Yeah.
that's because all the shit in Iran was going on at the time, too.
It's like, I'm so sick of putting all of me into something.
Oh, I thought she said she was so sick of pudding. And I'm like, yeah, stop eating it.
And I don't get the same energy.
Have some Jell-O.
in return. Oh well.
Yeah, going back to the gas thing really quick, that was like pre 9/11. I remember the night of 9/11. I was 19 when it happened, and I was driving home from downtown the night after it happened. I went and hung out with some people, and on the way back, every gas station on my way home had like a line going like down the block. And my dad was like, "Oh, the price of gas is going to go up like crazy because the demand, because people are like, because like preppers are like stocking up on it now."
Right. And when wartime
and then speculators,
comes
yeah, that too, and speculators are like already padding the price,
dip out of,
which is what they're doing now. There's no reason gas is like over $6 in California and like $4 in Nebraska. Like it's the same gas, and we don't have this like crazy sophisticated transportation system for nothing. You know, like there's no reason it's that much more expensive to transport it to a place with a higher cost of living. It's all just price gouging.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy nonsense.
an 8-year-old relationship. We have a son together, but it was for the best. Understand about the gas. But you must understand, like, this is my own personal opinion about Trump. He gassed protesters. And
you
there's
defended Trump.
The news
don't try
said
to
he
rewrite
didn't,
history. Anyway, this is like
Daniel Pena is Rev Part 2. He's like starting
Well,
over.
he
wants that.
Of course.
and
I understand.
Rev was someone else part 2.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she had a That's who her mom was making that video to, apologizing to, was like her first husband, the one she has the kids with. Actually, I don't even know if Rev and her were actually ever legally married, too. I don't think
her and Rev ever got legally married.
Yeah. So it's like honorary, nothing legal, which I don't have a problem with. I think, like, you know, if people don't want to go through the red tape of it all and they just want to like have like an honorary union, I think that's just as valid. But yeah, she's been through a few. I don't know how she's proof like there's always someone willing to put it up, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I just want Shanny for Christ to be healthy and happy for the rest of her days.
Will you settle for 1 out of 2?
That was a death threat. What do you gave? It was a thinly veiled death threat for the rest of her days.
I'll be right back.
Very good, Billy.
7 happy weeks.
No, she's going to have some takers, and some of them are in this very room. Because I know we have, like, a very sexy audience on the whole.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, one of our DP fans has to go in and raise those kids right.
Yeah. For every sex god we have in our chat, like, say, for every egghead we have in our chat, we have a Jamarcus. You know. It's Jamarcus. I'm not going to call him an uggo. He's not an uggo. He's just...
No, he's definitely not an uggo.
He's just dumpy.
He's just built like the type of guy that doesn't kiss girls and will marry Shanny and raise her children. That's all.
Yeah.
I wouldn't kiss Shanny anyways. So
There's no doubt about it.
He's a winner there.
Well.
Is he even in the chat? I don't see him responding.
Whoops. And now it's just mean. Sounds like...
Hi, Chesh. How you doing tonight?
Hey, Chesh is here.
Vic in the chat.
Chesh is one of my favorites.
Yeah, Chesh is quality. She was on, I believe it was Tuesday.
Yeah, I peeked my head in to say hello.
She was a bright, shining light.
Mm-hmm.
It was like I was at an oasis having a nice, fresh drink of water.
She made a fancy drink.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Yeah, it was called a Peruvian bulldog.
Woman after my own heart.
I
I've
don't
never
know.
made a bulldog, but...
I don't think it was a bulldog. I made that up.
Oh.
Hey, Lord Jamarcus is here.
Oh, sorry about that.
I was teasing you. Billy is just jealous he can't grow facial hair like me.
Them's the facts.
I don't even know Jamarcus had facial hair.
Of course.
I don't pay attention.
You don't?
No. I don't pay attention to things unless they're boobs.
That's true.
Yeah, Chesh, go bang Shanny for Christ, okay? Raise her kids right.
There you go.
Can't just pick on Lord Jamarcus.
Somebody's got to do it.
Chesh also has to raise those kids.
Somebody's got to do it.
Joe, would you like some more of this chicken?
Yeah.
Have some chicken, Joey.
Maybe later.
Have some chicken. Have a delicious bird. I bought some peppers. You want a pepper, Ben?
Oh,
they're not bad.
I have to take my stupid
teeth
braces
out to eat?
out.
Oh. They're like spicy and sweet. You want another one, Joey?
No, thank you.
Ruby Jules, cheers. Egghead is the leader for who will take over Shanny for Christ.
Indeed.
Jesh wants to get Shanny institutionalized and then raise the children on her own.
Poor little Shanny.
All little Shanny ever did was love.
Yeah.
There's a whole other video. Like, this video is so fucking long. We're not even
That's all right.
halfway through.
This is too heavy. I don't
and then
want to
there's
see
another one that's like 3 times as long.
Jesus.
We can move on to something else.
It sounds promising, but...
Yeah, I was hoping we'd hear more details in this, but it's really just Shanny
Talking about herself.
Trying to go fishing for a new Rev. Daniel Pena Marketing might be that guy.
He's into marketing, so maybe he has a future. Here's
super marketing to buy all the groceries to feed her. King Cobra JFS Saturday afternoon. Drama and drink combos. They make green Hawaiian punch.
What up, cool Cobras? This drink combo's for you, cool Cobras.
Put a
I'm
cool
gonna need to have a
code.
couple drinks before I do the
You
Patreon
will?
challenge. 'Cause it's
Will
gonna be
you?
mean, you two.
Normally.
Choo-choo.
Get out.
Cheers, it's Friday.
Gotta get
Let
down
me
on
ask my trolls a
Friday.
question. How would it feel if you got harassed like I
partying.
did? You would hate it. You couldn't handle it. You'd quit the internet. So why do it to someone else, man? That's all I'm saying. We got a tropical hippie cobra. Or grab some beer.
Some Bud Light. Joe, you're a mixologist.
Yeah, no, it's a good start.
Hawaiian punch. Bud Light Hawaiian punch. What would you add to this to make it
yes,
pop?
Splash
the
that
anchor
kiwi
that he did.
strawberry
Maybe
into
some pickle juice since I want to throw up, clearly.
Beer.
Unbitten
Mango,
raw sewage.
local
So, Joe, because you were from Michigan, did you call it pop too?
No, I'm not from Michigan originally. I
Oh.
lived there. I'm from the East Coast originally. We called it soda.
Soda.
Yeah, I lived in Michigan. They called it pop, and I thought that was, interesting.
That's what I grew up calling it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I grew up in Pirate County, and we called it Terwilliger
But then,
Swill.
but then when I moved away, and everyone else called it soda, I'm a when in Rome
right
kind of
Monster.
person. So
Oh, some monster. Were you expecting that next in this concoction?
Nope. Don't see this coming.
What's the? He's gonna
and
float
the,
something
fun
on it.
stuff besides the beer. This is
Rum
a
Haven.
rum I have not tried. This is Rum Haven, made with real coconut water, Caribbean rum with coconut liqueur.
Anyway, I'm gonna put
so
that
it's
in with some
allegedly made
earwax.
with real coconut water.
He adds 2 egg whites and 1 egg green. His concoctions. We had a RV trip to Casper to happen. King Cobra's the only DP wax packer I'd show with. You'd love that, wouldn't you, Negan? If you guys want, we're gonna do a Drunken Peasants cruise.
Oh, that is
my God.
fucking dude.
But instead of a cruise ship, we're gonna pack you all into the back of a U-Haul and drive to Casper, Wyoming. It's gonna be some fucking coyote style shit. You guys will like it. 24 of you
So I
in
went
the
to the
back
bar
of a
with,
U-Haul.
Campbell
I put up the
I bought a
pop
couple
soda
beers.
poll in the chat so everyone can vote on
And
it.
So
I don't know
pop
what
is
the
not an
deal,
option?
what Campbell's deal was yesterday.
I have to pick other.
Because he comes over
Why?
saying he's got vodka to
call it
share
soda
with me.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
You're just trying to be different.
No, I call it soda pop.
Practically drinks the whole thing on stream yesterday. And
Have a
then
soda pop, please.
I'm like,
Typical fence rider.
it's whatever. I had beer in the fridge.
ride
I didn't
good
mind sharing.
things.
It was the weekend. And then when we go to the
Yeah, Sarah calls
the
them
bar to
soda
have a
pop.
drink,
Exactly.
Oh, what a surprise.
dude straight up asked me if he could have a sip of my beer after he just got done drinking the 2 that I bought for him. And I was like, down to here in my glass. I'm like, bro, no, I'm sorry, but no. Okay. And then I had said something. I made a
call it a
joke
soft
about
drink.
it. And he,
You know what? I should switch it because of the like comments on the bottom.
Yeah.
I am interested in the poll though. It's kind of how I thought it was. I wonder what percentage of the pop are Canadians, because it's pop in most of Canada, and it kind of bled down into the northern parts of the U.S. I think it was called pop in the Seattle area at one point.
Do you guys do well in
Probably.
Canada? Lot of
Yeah,
Canadian
we
beer?
have
Yeah.
we have
Scott.
48% Canadian audience.
We have it's actually not so bad. Like Canada and the UK are the 2 second largest markets, just because of the language, right?
Right.
So, and then there's Australia, and then there's like the Scandinavian countries. Back in the early days at DP, we had a meetup in Amsterdam, and there was a good amount of people that showed up from like all that region.
Wow.
We had some British people and some Dutch people, but we had people from Sweden and Denmark and Norway and a couple French people come up. So,
nice.
Yeah.
he got offended and started acting all weird, and then he stomped off. And I'm like, okay, whatever, dude. No, it's the truth. And it's just like, dude, you showed up, and then, like, he had to, I don't know, dude. I don't know what his deal was yesterday.
He was on meth, probably.
All I know is I don't want drama. I'm doing a drink combo, so here we go.
Simple as that.
Drink
the comments are so funny on these.
Yeah, they got the best comments.
You know, and I don't want drama, but, like, dude, you know, and the only time I got a sip of the vodka that Alex allegedly brought over, Just when I asked for one, and he gave me one. But like, I don't know. Sometimes people don't pick up on social cues, and I'm not naming names. You know.
Cool Taste
Yeah, exactly.
doesn't pick up on anything because he's blind.
Someone in the chat said, of all of Northern Europe, the Dutch are most like the British in culture. I would argue that the Dutch are more like Americans than British people. And even I find their brand of English better to the ear than a lot of British accents, honestly. It's some people speak almost like with a perfect American accent.
Drama, dude.
In the Netherlands. It's weird.
No, the joke I made when he asked me for the sip of my beer, and like it was the second to last beer, and it was down to here. I'm like, dude, you ain't my alive. You ain't my alive cisgendered of age girlfriend. If I
alive is the first requirement.
I was on
feel so alive.
Date with the chick, man, and you know she wanted to. You know what I'm saying? If I had a girlfriend,
it's good that he does
I'd give her my last cigarette if she needed it, or my last sip of booze, whatever.
Yeah, if I had a girlfriend, I'd let her sip the
Karaoke
sweat off
night
my
at the
fucking
bar.
balls. Leave my drink
I
alone,
didn't get up and
bitch.
sing just because there was a birthday party, and you know, when there was a birthday party doing drunk karaoke night, I was just enjoying the spirit of it all. It reminded me of me going on YouTube and getting drunk and trying to sing. And chicks were digging the smell of your boy last night. You don't even know. Met a cute.
I heard Billy ask the guy at the dispensary today about getting some tactical soap.
Yes, he did.
But they didn't want.
They had none of that. They were having none of our shenanigans.
Yeah, I could tell the hostility of the second place you went to.
Yeah. And then the third place, they didn't even let us in the door because the word had already gotten out that there were two idiots.
I'm just like concerned if you guys looked like you might be reaching for something. Like maybe you're just like scratching your butt crack or whatever, but one of those armed guards thinks you're reaching for a weapon. They might just blow your brains out in a live stream.
It'd be for a good cause.
I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so.
I don't know. We had 100 live views. No.
Yeah. Because they're very. It's a tense time right now.
Yeah.
It's
so
because
should I tell you why we were there?
If you want to, sure.
All right. Since you brought it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a tense time. So there's this. I won't tell you too much about it, but there's a firm we're employed with. Well, I'm employed with, and I brought Billy along. That tests the security measures.
Is that what it was?
Places, yeah.
Because I know about the drills and shit.
Yeah. So.
Is that what you're doing? Really?
No. We had to make sure that they didn't shoot us. Yeah. They were like, so don't. We had certain rules. We couldn't use our hands. We couldn't like provoke a fight, but we had to absolutely refuse anything they told us to do, and we had to try to get in without ID.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. So that's what that.
Yeah,
whole thing
yeah.
was.
You turning that into content because it's control. I mean, like, I guess maybe there is an element of danger though. Maybe you'd get because those guys have tasers and shit too, right?
Yeah, they do, and a lot of them are armed, especially that branch. That's why he tested it
they've
out.
gotten
because
armed robbed recently.
Yeah, somebody got arrested recently for pushing it too far. It wasn't the guy who shot somebody, though I presume that person got arrested too. But somebody just pushed it a little too far, used physical force, beat somebody very badly. And it was at one of these places that we went, this same franchise. And so they employed our guy, and then he asked if I'd be willing to do it, pays X amount, and just do this.
That's hilarious.
And press it up. Yeah, so it's fun.
Yeah, you've sent me like the videos where you guys, I guess you're on a closed course.
Yeah.
A lot of these times.
Yeah, that's in the middle of nowhere when we do those, but that's for the bounty hunters. So this is for like any security firm, and it's just to beef up your, level of security kind of thing.
Yeah, because and that's why they're doing this.
Yeah,
because there are people. The federal ban on cannabis in the United States is enabling these states that have legal cannabis to have basically, you know, like $100,000 in cash in their store, and people are coming in armed and just taking all the money.
Yeah.
It's like a bank without a vault.
Yeah, the crime is insane in those places. It's nuts. The theft is out, and
It's all cash.
Yeah, yeah. And the problem too with their security is they're either like obscenely aggressive or they just like watch. There's like no measure whatsoever. There's no like happy medium.
Yeah.
And
The
it's
one
tough on
here
the
in my
small
neighborhood used to just let you walk in, but now you got to like push a buzzer, and if you're wearing a mask, you have to pull it down so they can see your face before you go in. So, because if they're getting robbed, it's just happening everywhere.
Yeah.
And then in Tacoma, an employee was shot and killed by a robber a couple months ago. I watched the local news, so I see that kind of shit.
Yeah,
all the
it's
time.
everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, back to Cobes, I guess.
Okay.
Of age fangirl and her friends just hanging out.
Of age.
And right before
he's been trained to put this context on everything he says when it comes to dating someone. They think he might want to fuck like his sister or a dead person.
Before I left the bar, they're like, Cobra, can we get a selfie? And I'm like, yeah, dude. No, it's not. It's nothing like that. I didn't want to outstage people with my amazing voice, and it's not even about that, dude. When you're going to karaoke night at an awesome bar here in town, it's about having a beer and just having a good Friday night and singing songs. Who gives a fuck how you sound? No, when it comes to my
He's got a point there.
My singing, I'm a perfectionist.
That is a great Cobism, though. Outstaged.
He does when he gets super trashed at the end of the night. He sings bad karaoke. He thinks he's good too. He thinks he's a good guitar player too. It's all just random nonsense sounds on a guitar. There's no rhyme or reason.
He's singing Hunka Hunka Burnin' Love by Elvis Presley.
Is he?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know
you're
it
right.
sounded like
You're
screeching,
right.
but that's what he was.
I really had to listen to it.
Yeah.
Wow, I hope we don't get a copyright strike because that was so like the original.
I'm trying to be. Oh, I'm a lot better singer than people give me credit for, man.
You know, I just watched for the first time ever, I think it was Lilo and Stitch, and that whole soundtrack is Elvis.
Yep.
And that's one of the songs
I can
on
mash
it.
all the greats.
That was the last actual, like, 2D animated Disney movie, right?
Didn't right after that Emperor's New Groove come out?
Oh, was that it? Okay.
Yeah. And then they did later. It was like after that Renaissance period. They did,
Well, if you buy
the Black
tactical
Swan.
soap and you want me to autograph it, and you pay for like a round shipping, I'll sign it and then like send it back to you. Like
He's got head sores too. It's hard to see because of the chat.
Send
You
it
don't have
to
the
my
chat.
PO box with. I'll autograph it.
Yeah,
And then if you pay to have it sent back, it's the same as my albums, dude. Plus, I'm telling you, Cool Taste, that tactical soap gets the ladies. I didn't have to get laid last night to know
man
that
says
that
in his
tactical
4-year
soap
drought.
Yeah, right. It's so weird because if I was the tactical soap company, I'd be like, stop advertising our soap. You're ruining our reputation.
works. You go into a bar full of smoking hot cocktail waitresses and a bunch of cute.
I like, cocktail waitresses, their job is to flirt with you to get tips and like pour you drinks.
Of age chicks on top of that, just of age chicks as far as the eye can see, both customers and in working.
Of age chicks.
And they're
as far
like,
as the eye
God
can
damn it, Josh smells good. It's just like, yes. And trust me, the best part about the tactical soap last night was the reaction I got from the women at the bar and the dudes going, holy shit, tactical soap actually works.
He's reading copy right now.
There's this weird fantasy world that he lives in. I don't know if he actually thinks this or if he just like knows he can lie about it because no one else was there.
Yeah.
Where he can be like, yeah, this happened.
Or he's playing it up for an ad. Like,
Yeah.
he's just doing an advertisement thing.
And I'm like, yeah, dude. Yeah. All the bullshit my trolls are doing to me, karma's going to catch up to them. You know why I'm better than my trolls?
Cobra's
Because
hearing
it's my
is so good he can hear what people across a bar or in a different room are
Right.
saying about how good he smells. TWU.
Not only is his hearing amazing, he thinks everybody else's smell is amazing.
Right.
That they could tell it's tactical soap. Just from the distance in the bar.
Trolls made a YouTube account, and they went live from their local bar. I'd leave them the fuck alone. I wouldn't care. I'd be like, hey, man, you're at a bar. That's what's up, you know? But that's just me personally. Like, if my trolls want to harass me to that level, it just shows you I own them. And the only way to not be owned by King Cobra is to leave him alone. Every time the trolls harass me, King Cobra wins. You leave me alone, King Cobra wins.
King Cobra's winning
I
right
tend
now.
to think my
By that
trolls
logic.
would be a lot happier in life if they were just like, dude, we gotta let go of our obsession with hating Cobra and then just pay attention to the life around us. They harassed me at my last apartment. They submitted a bunch of false neighbor reports on the Ada Apartments website. And when the landlord there kicked me out because of those false reports, I got into a much bigger, much better space where the
I would not go into that bathroom.
Egghead territory.
Yeah, at this point.
landlord actually supports my videos. So, cheers to that.
You remember his ex's bathroom?
Yes.
No, it was something. Well, his EX, and then she started flirting with T-Bob.
She's that was Gothy. That's a different one.
Oh, that wasn't the same girl?
No. The other one was Stephanie. That was like his last actual girlfriend.
Oh, okay.
Gothy was just some girl he got into a call with, and she got naked and he jerked it or whatever.
Oh, okay.
But his last actual girlfriend was Stephanie. And that was the leak, like her nudes leaked or whatever.
In
but
her
I guess,
bathroom,
like
which was-
she has a new boyfriend and shit that she made a video with, and he did like a whole cope stream about it. It was, yeah,
it's rough.
The trolls got me fired from all these jobs I tried to have here in town. I ended up getting a job as a professional winemaker. I refuse to let the trolls get to me because I see people out there who are more disabled than I am, and they get haters too. And it's just like, you know, even if you don't like someone's videos,
Well, I
what
was going
gives
to
you the
pee, but that's out of the question.
Yeah, you're gonna need to take about 7-8
yeah
hours.
Yeah. Yeah, there's
years. It's like a fallout zone. You got to give it so much time for the radioactivity to die down. Here, actually, I can arm you with this. Is there one
that's
in
right.
there already?
I'll give it time. I'll give it time. Like I'm not ready to
Yeah.
brave that right now.
When I went to flush, there was like a new species of fly circling around it.
Sometimes I get crane flies in there for some
Really?
reason. Yeah.
right to be a bully to someone who has disabilities.
He always plays the
The only reason I
disability
didn't
card.
ask Alex for any of his vodka in the stream yesterday is because I wanted to see how he'd act. He practically drank the whole thing and didn't even offer. You know, like that's what I'm saying. Like you say, oh, this vodka's for me and for so and so, and you come over with it and you drink the whole thing to yourself practically. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you know what I'm saying?
'Cause as soon as I mentioned it at the bar last night, fucking Alex got this attitude. He was just like, well, sorry for asking you for a sip of your beer. And I'm like, dude, you don't got to be sorry. Just chill out, man. Alex is walking around the bar outside being moody and grouchy as shit.
Damn.
Talking about just call the cops and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, what the fuck is your deal right now, dude? Seriously, like, I thought to myself, you know what? Fuck it. He's on one of his trips or whatever the fuck. So I'm like,
By the way, soda 60%, pop 23%, other 8% and Coke 6%.
6% of our fan base is from Atlanta.
They called a lot of the like townies in New Mexico, like the people, like the Borquinos, they called it Coke too. So yeah,
man. And I didn't see him at the bar after that. I went back into the bar for one more beer and a glass of water, and then I took off home. I was like, okay, what? You know what I'm saying?
Do you know what I'm saying?
Alex Campbell says he quit doing meth. Last time he said that, you know, it
Killer
turned out to
Beehive
be a
said the
lie.
correct answer
So,
got the fewest
you know, I'm
votes.
not trying to pick on the guy, but
If
when
you
have
think
a
that the most popular answer is the correct answer, you're probably usually wrong.
There's no correct answer. It's all an
Well, in this
accent.
case, yeah, I'm talking in general. The mass population usually doesn't have it right.
What you call something based on where you're from is like, there's no wrong answer to it. Like, it's right where you live. Like, when you live in that area, if you say it a different way, it's kind of wrong just because people be like, what are you saying? Like, what are you talking about? But it's still not technically wrong because it's a subjective term.
Lord Magicus says the correct answer is anything except Coke.
Huh. Some people just call it Coke. It's a southern thing, even like the Southwest. I saw it too.
record of
I have
saying
a
you
Coke.
quit doing
Okay,
that,
wait,
and then you're
Coke or
still
Pepsi?
doing it, and then, you know,
I have
people
a
aren't gonna
Pepsi
believe
Coke.
you.
A
I'm not
Pepsi
trying
Coke,
to be a
yep.
dick about it, but
Orange
it's
Coke.
the truth.
Orange Coke, yeah, that's my favorite. I have an
A
orange
Fanta Coke?
Yeah.
I hate how he mixes liquor with Mountain Dew.
Like this-
Mountain Dew is objectively the worst mixer as far as soda is concerned.
terrible.
Yeah, like what? Like what is that? I remember I tried to mix any like vodka with it. Nasty.
Yeah.
They have
Like-
a Mountain Dew liqueur, it's flavored like Mountain Dew. It's not Mountain Dew itself, but it's like the same flavors. I don't know.
Well, if Mountain Dew itself is alcoholic and it just tastes like Mountain Dew, I guess that's okay.
Yeah, it's like the flavor of Mountain Dew.
But
as
I've
a
tried to
liqueur.
mix it with things, and it's just awful. It's like root beer, too. Root beer is not a good mixer either.
Green Powerade.
Green Powerade?
I can't even recall Green Powerade.
Bro, smell it.
Early
Smooth,
odds.
dude.
It was around when we were first started drinking. It was.
Yeah, I used to have my older cousin that was like 10 years older than me buy me the like watered down pop off vodka, and I would mix that with Mountain Dew and try to like choke that shit down. And I'm like,
no
it
good.
sucks.
Yeah.
You know, I was like 18, 19 years old, like trying to choke that shit down. Like, oh, okay, well, I guess this is all right.
Yeah.
I used to drink Steel Reserves too.
Yeah, Steel Reserve.
Yeah.
Pop Off. Those were the days.
Yeah, that's like cheap ass.
King Cobra. That was the big one. That
King
was
Cobra. Yeah, I was just telling him about that.
Yeah.
Do they
The
sell
40s.
that here?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't seen
it
one at
around
all.
here.
It tasted like a cheap beer brewed in pennies.
And it's
It was-
huge. It's a
Yeah, it was a 40.
yeah, big ass 40.
Yeah, and they were like 79 cents.
Yes.
You know.
I get because we looked it up, and the only place we could find is Total Wine, that's crazy because they have like the most expensive shit you can find too, as far as wine.
They got just about everything you want.
Yeah, yeah.
But they won't sell Manischewitz.
They don't.
I probably do.
Best sleep.
Oh, I was gonna say, is there like some Nazi?
I was
guys
accusing
or
them
what?
of a Jewish conspiracy.
Best sleep
That'd
I
be
ever
funny.
had. It was I was drinking King Cobra's on a beach with a friend, and we popped some barbiturates. I was like 19. It was Friday night. I went to
Where'd
bed.
you live here?
I was in northern Michigan at the time.
Yeah.
Home for the summer. And we were walking on the beach, and we were drinking, and then it was Friday night, and I woke up, and it was Monday morning. It was amazing. It was a great sleep.
Yeah, I used to. My first foray into drinking ever in my life was King Cobra. Because I was like 15, 16 years old, and I was in a band, and we played with these other bands of guys that were like over 21 already, and they were all drinking cheap-ass King Cobras, and they gave me and my friends, I was in a band with King Cobras, and we got like shit-faced off of these. Because we were all like 16-year-olds.
As far as those go, that was probably like the top of the line, because Steel Reserve tasted worse, in my opinion, than King Cobra. And
Steel
then,
Reserve tastes like lead.
yeah, and Hurricane was somewhere in between the two.
I'd never had a Hurricane till he gave me one. Back when I first
Oh,
met
really?
him.
They sold them at
Yeah.
the Safeway next to the old studio.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So,
Those malt liquors are all.
Yeah, they were like 2 for $5 or 2 for $4 or something, and I just brought up some foudies.
Traverse City, Red.
We got Snowdy on a foudy. Natty Ice. Yeah, I remember Ice House used to be a beer we would drink a lot as kids. I remember all the kids, like the kids in the neighborhood would always get drunk. They'd send the girls into the grocery store, and the girls would get like a 24-pack and then run out the back where the bathrooms were, out the back of the store into the woods behind the store, and they'd sit in the woods and drink.
You ever done Black Velvet, that like cheap plastic bottle whiskey?
I've had it.
We used to do beer bongs of Steel Reserve with a shot of Black Velvet.
Oh,
Good
that's
stuff.
no good. Yeah, Black Velvet. That was, you're broke and you get the bottom shelf,
dude.
And you're a kid and you don't know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like right after I turned 21, I lived in a house with a bunch of other guys my age, probably like 5 of us, and it was like in the hood too, like in the hood. And that's what we would walk down to the corner store and buy that shit and get all fucked up off of it.
On that Black Velvet.
Yep.
Yeah, you could get a liter of that stuff and it was like $7 back when.
We would drink the shit out of that, and we had we never
big
cooked.
plastic.
We only ate out. So our kitchen, we put a ping pong table in our kitchen. Our whole kitchen was taken up by this giant ping pong table, and we had a strobe light, and we put it on the slowest setting and played ping pong on the slowest setting. So it'd be like tick, and you hear boop, and you'd see the ball, and it'd disappear. It'd come back, and before you know it, it would be like right here, and you'd be like, ah. But then you wouldn't know when it was coming at your face too.
You ever get popped?
Oh yeah. Yes.
You think people would purposefully try and pop each other?
Yes. Yeah, I know they would. It's not that bad because a ping pong ball isn't that bad.
Here's Negan's talking about drinking the Mad Dog 2020 at the playground and bury the bottles in the playground.
MD 2020 is
different times.
Do you remember St.
Did you all
Ives?
have Mexican beers when you all were younger? In Texas, you ask for the Cokes. Do you all have in process to ask for the brand of Coke you wanted?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mexican beers. Tecate was a big one. Modelo.
You ever use Twang? It's like the beer
Pacifico,
salt.
for sure.
Mexican
used
beer.
Twang, no.
You never heard
Pacifico.
of beer Twang before?
Never used beer Twang.
It's like a southern thing. Like it's like beer salt.
Negan was talking about the Mad Dog 2020. St. Ides was a big thing. Boone's Farm. You guys ever drink Boone's Farm?
No.
This is all like the Technicolor alcohol, like wine, but really like neon colored, basically to sell to kids. Because we'd always get that stuff, that crap. There was Cisco was around the same time.
Right.
We were getting Boone's Farm, Cisco, St. Ides. We were getting
What were all
Mad
the kids?
Dog 2020.
Mid-aughts, all the kids were drinking Pucker.
Pucker. Yeah.
Apple Pucker.
Yeah.
I
Apple
used to
Pucker
drink
was
that.
that.
Yeah.
They would
That's
make a thing
actual
called a
liqueur,
Jolly.
right?
Why is that
Yeah.
the first liquor
Yeah.
like high schoolers
Because
get?
they can handle the taste no matter who they are, right?
Yeah,
like
that's
even
weird.
whiskey, and you're gonna have all these 16-year-old girls dying.
I always hated Natural Light, but that was always the beer when I was younger. That was like the cheapest beer. I always hated that shit.
Yeah.
Blueberry Boone's Farm.
Well, around here they would just get
Rainier.
Rainier, yeah. Pabst was the big one in the Midwest, where we were.
It was always Natural Light for me.
Natty, oh, wow,
Yeah.
that's the worst.
It'd be
They're
like, we're
trying
getting
to
a
hurt
keg
you.
of Natty.
Yeah,
Yeah. You know, like I was college age in 2000, 2001. It was always Natty Light. I lived in a college town like Bowling Green. Bowling Green State University. Yeah. I lived right across the street from the sorority houses.
You were Seth's neighbor.
Yeah, that's the funniest thing ever. Me and him kind of share part of the same path.
Yeah.
Yep. Bowling Green's a cool town.
I haven't been.
It's 3-to-1 female to male population.
How about that?
Yep.
What are you doing?
Looking like Odo coming out of Cobra's stomach on the screen.
Oh.
Or it was back in the day.
Thunderbird was the other one the kids would drink, but they couldn't handle Thunderbird straight. But the hobos would go in and buy it for $3. and
remember-
we would mix the Thunderbird with Kool-Aid.
You remember when Four
over
Loko
the stream.
was a straight energy drink?
Yeah.
And what was the other one?
Sparks
came up afterwards.
Sparks, Four Loko, and then what was the other one?
Cocaine. There was one called
Cocaine. Yeah, and they banned them because it was like it had 200 milligrams of caffeine.
Yeah.
Per 12 ounce.
Yeah, they had
and what was the alcohol
And
percentage?
it was like 15%.
It was like 12, I think.
Okay, it was like 12.5 or
Basically
something. Yeah.
wine.
It was high octane malt liquor with energy beer mixed in, basically.
There was another one that I really liked, actually.
Tilt.
That was it. That was the one.
Sparks, Tilt.
Yeah.
The cocaine they had, the Four Loko. I remember the first time I had a Four Loko, and I'd already been drinking all night long steadily, and then I had a Four Loko, and I got fucked when that Four Loko topped me off. I wasn't ready for it.
Mm-hmm.
Thought I was drinking juice.
Yeah. That's why they banned them, because you didn't feel drunk.
I remember the brand that was called
Sipping
Juice.
on some scissor.
When I was in
Dude, can we make scissor brand? Is that illegal?
Did they already do that?
That's illegal?
I don't know if they've done. It sounds.
Could
they've
we
done-
make our own scissor? Like, what would you put legally in like scissor?
Cough syrup.
Yeah.
You can't. Well, that's not legal to put in a, like a.
Whoops.
What? How could you simulate cough syrup?
I think what you would do is you would make like a Skittles drink. Because that's what one of the main ingredients in lean. And then you would just fill the bottle halfway. And then just let everybody else fill it with whatever they wanted to make it a drink.
I guess those people were drinking Four Locos in class, and the teacher had no idea it was Four Locos because thought it was just an energy drink.
Right.
Savage.
Damn.
Yeah, I don't know.
I never had the
drink.
balls to get drunk in high school. But that shit didn't exist when I was in high school. Like, you smelled like beer or you smelled like liquor if you went to school. But I got high and went to school all the time.
There was a run where we were putting vodka into our soda pops and going in and having our vodka soda pops. That was like 3 weeks. I think the girl that was getting the alcohol got caught. Someone probably got in trouble puking at home, and the parents were like, "What'd you do?" Like, I drank da-da-da from Gababa.
Gotta go
from Badaba.
Bacardi Breezers, Hooch.
MD 2020 Aftershock Zimas.
Oh my God, Bartles and James.
Yeah.
Were we talking about that?
Yeah,
Bartles and James. Yeah, wine coolers. They're still
Thank
around.
you for your support.
Get the Red
Bartles
Bull
and
syrup
James
for SodaStream and put 5 or 6 drops into Q4 Loco and it becomes the old style.
Unfortunately, Bartles and James themselves are no longer around.
Well, yeah, they were old in the 70s.
Yeah.
Well, it was the 80s. Yeah,
Yeah, in the 80s.
Yeah. They were in their 80s sitting on the patio. And we thank you for your support. Yeah. But Bartles and James is still around.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
I didn't know they still made their shit.
Yeah. Do you remember, that was one of the worst drinks I've ever had. It was like called moonshine.
Yeah, I remember distinctly.
Well, they
when we got
branded
that
as
the,
moonshine. It's like a recent thing.
Yeah, it's very recent.
We bought them at the damn gas station. thinking
Real
they were
hooch
cool.
would be better than this shit. This was like
It was so
corn
bad.
syrup. It was orange. It was like neon orange. And then you got a neon red one. And it was the worst thing I ever tasted.
Oh, it was so disgusting. It was putrid.
Yeah. We actually have a picture of it probably on your thing. That
I
should be
saw
our...
the picture not too long ago. It got like brought up on Facebook Memories or something.
Oh, okay.
But it was...
Moonshine tastes like bathwater. Yeah, if it's real moonshine, it's made in bathwater.
Good moonshine is
or
great.
the toilet.
Yeah, I tried moonshine one time.
Real stuff?
Yes. They were like, get something to eat before you take a shot of this shit because it's gonna burn you from the inside and you're probably gonna black out. And I did. Like I took a like a little shot of it, and they're like, eat something. And I tried to eat, and I ate something, and then they were just like, you're probably gonna black out and everything, and I did.
Yeah.
And they kind of like just babysat me the rest of the night. I don't think it's fun to drink something that strong.
Yeah.
I don't really think it's worth it.
Everclear wasn't that bad.
No, I've done Everclear. That's different. I like Everclear's a great mixer too. That's one of the best mixing alcohols.
Yeah.
Because you only have to put a little bit in to have a good drink.
Absinthe is great.
Here is Negan.
I've had I've been to France and had proper absinthe before.
You can get proper absinthe in the US.
Now you can.
Still
Now
smile.
you can.
Much lovey.
Much love, yeah. Thank you, Goodo.
Hello there. My name is Frank Bartles, and this is Ed James. You know, it occurred to Ed the other day that between his fruit orchard and my premium wine vineyard, we could make a truly superior premium grade wine cooler. It sounded good to me, so Ed took out a second on his house and wrote to Harvard for an MBA.
He never talks.
And now we're preparing to enter the wine cooler business. We will try to keep you posted on how it's going. Thank you very much for your support.
They're almost playing the, hi, I'm Larry, this is my brother Daryl, this is my other brother Daryl, because it's like the guy that talks a lot and says who he is. He's like, this is my whoever.
Yeah,
and
he
that guy
talks for them.
Yeah. It was a
Playing
common...
up the folksy thing.
Yeah.
Like Billy Beer.
Hello there.
I don't know if I've ever seen a commercial for that.
About Labor Day coming
Never
up.
saw Billy Beer
And
commercial?
some
I've
of
seen
you
a
may
Billy
have
Beer
forgotten to
commercial.
buy your presents. To be honest, I haven't even bought mine yet. I guess it's just human nature to wait till the last minute.
Norm Macdonald did a
If you
Billy
can't
Beer
think
commercial.
of what to get somebody, give
With
them
Bob
a case
Uecker.
of Bartles and James premium
real?
wine coolers.
For real.
Everybody
see
likes
that.
them.
Yeah,
and it is
it's a
always
hidden
nice
gem
to
from
open
the
your presents on Labor
mid-'90s.
Day morning
Wow.
and find some Bartles and
Billy
James.
Beer?
Billy
Well,
Beer.
have a
They stopped
happy Labor
making
Day,
it?
And thank
No,
you
well,
again for your
by that
support.
time they didn't.
Yeah, I thought,
But
it was,
yeah.
I thought it was gone in the 80s.
Billy Beer, the commercial that was big in the 70s, was, of course, the president's brother.
Yeah.
Well, with the Super Bowl coming up, you will want to be sure to stock up on the Bartles and James Premium Wine Cooler. It is the perfect beverage for watching all sports activities. Also, as any
He's totally
sport is
not
more
reading
fun, the more
this.
you know
This is
about
from
it.
the heart.
Ed has prepared some handy tips. The things you hit with the ball are called pins. When you knock them all down, it is called a strike. If it takes 2 balls, it is called a spare.
They got the wrong
Ed hopes
bowl
these tips
in
will help
Super
you
Bowl.
enjoy the Super Bowl, and we thank you for your support.
I got the... do you remember Wii Sports back in the day when Wii came out? They came out with one of those for the Switch, and I've been playing the bowling on it. And I'm so out of shape, my tricep got sore from bowling.
From bowling on Wii?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, the Switch bowling is very similar to the Wii bowling, only less. There's no sensor involved.
Here's Negan gave a dono and said a girl used to have vodka in her giant Sunny D, and she would let them finish the jug. And that they had the last class of the day together for 2 years. And that they did most of their drinking in the high school days. By the time they hit 21, they were partied out.
That early drinking. It's a shame that so many people don't graduate past that point. They're like, I don't know what goes with what, when there's a whole world to it, a whole art, you know?
Yeah. The amount of interesting mixtures.
Oh, yeah. It's great.
The flavors you can bring about with just a couple of potion mixes is pretty impressive.
And just like good wine, too. Like wine the way it's supposed to be made. If you really taste it, it surpasses most things.
Yeah. And it can be really cheap, too, and high quality.
Yeah.
If you're a would-be wine buff on a budget, go to Trader Joe's and just look at the bottom shelf. Anything. Most of them are $6 wines. They're incredible. A lot of them are runoffs from higher-end wineries that they rebottle.
We had a sponsor back in the day on DP that was like that. It was the Wink Wine Club, and they'd rebottle wines and like do like a monthly thing where they'd send you, it's like a Loot Crate but for wine.
Mm-hmm.
They'd send you like a bunch of them.
Yeah, it's a good deal. It's a great place.
Yeah, Trader Joe's.
Great gin, too. Our buddy that used to bother us all the time, we had this weird autistic friend who wanted to bankroll us, but he was a psycho. And he was like, listen, the thing is, your stuff is too heady. Does it play in Poughkeepsie? Does it play in Sheboygan? That's what I want to know.
Sheboygan?
Yeah, that's what, yeah, he was like talking like he was a 1950s Cracker Jack writer, It's really,
Does it play in Sheboygan,
yeah,
kid?
like we're Bud Abbott and Lou Costello. It's like, yeah, I want you to go to your local radio station and send in 20 jokes, right?
I want you to take the auto gyro over to Kalamazoo.
Yeah. Well, he was recommending this fucking beverage that he was drunk on every night. It was the Trader Joe's gin. Now, I since became a big gin fan, but it took me forever to try this because I always associated it with this idiot. Turns out he's right. It's one of the best. It's one of the best gins you can have.
Good.
Yeah. There's those $200 bottles that are great, but this is an amazing $20 gin.
Trader Joe's is a great place for stoners.
Yeah.
Because they have the best munchies.
Is it owned
great
by
place for
Aldi?
alcoholics. Yeah, they're Aldi.
There's two Aldi
subsidiary of
companies,
Aldi's.
by the way. It's two brothers that like divorced each other and like split their store in half. But in America, like in Germany, there's two Aldi stores. But in America, one is Aldi America and the other one's Trader Joe's.
Right. Yeah, you really have to rebrand entirely.
Yeah.
And that was one thing that struck me in Israel. In Israel, there is a small little box store on every street called Kofax. And Kofax, like kind of like Sandy, but spelled differently.
That's who I was thinking of immediately.
Yeah, who is also Jewish. And Kofax, you have these little like finger sandwiches. You have these little like shots of hard liquor and these little plastic things, and everything's 5 shekels. Everything in there, which is about $1.25. Everything is 5 shekels in there. Well, they have a huge competitor that also build boxes, and they put across the street from all the Kofax. It's called Colfax, and they do the same thing. They'll have like different finger sandwiches, little pizzas, little things like that. And if there's too big of a line at one, you just go to the other and back and forth. But that's a competitor. They have no affiliation, and they were never like sued for using a name that's almost identical.
You know, here in Bellevue, there's a towing company called Starbucks Towing.
Starbucks Towing?
Yeah, like over in Factoria, the towing company that'll tow you if you park illegally is Starbucks Towing.
So if you park illegally at a Starbucks?
Just anywhere.
Oh.
It's a towing company called Starbucks.
It's wild.
Which is so weird. Like, how do they get away with that?
Yum Nom is suggesting there's a competitor for Trader Joe's across the street called Trader Joe's.
Trator. Do you have that site?
Do. I'm loving it. Jix says, my mom had a freezer bag from TJ's in Washington, and one day I recognized the store on the bag was the one near my old place. Well, that is a classic story. Moms always have Trader Joe's bags. I think I probably had 19 Trader Joe's bags from my mom, and I just ended up like throwing them in the ocean next to the turtles. I'm a bad person. Chesh is about to eat some McDonald's, but she calls it McDicks because she's an exhibitionist. I see you, Chesh. Sucking down those burgers. Where'd you get nuggies? I like nuggets. I like nuggets, but I always associate them with children or women. Probably because I'm a misogynist.
I am drinking Excelsior.
Excelsior.
I started jonesing all that talk about drinks.
Imperial Apple?
Yep. You know what a great vodka is right now? Have you had Olympia vodka?
No. Where do you get it?
As far as a mid-shelf vodka, anywhere in Washington.
Is it a local?
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's made in Olympia. I think that's why it's called that, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, Olympia is a great mid-tier. I'd put it up there with like Tito's as far as great mid-tier vodkas, which I think both of those are smoother and taste better than Grey Goose, personally. And Grey Goose isn't half bad.
They're from Tumwater.
Tumwater? Wow.
Yeah, that's outside of Olympia.
Yeah. Yeah.
Olympia Artesian Vodka. Made in Tumwater.
Nice.
By 4 granddads. I don't know if that's true.
Make a nice little Greyhound for the summer. That's a grapefruit juice and vodka of your choice on the rocks. Good drink. Good drink. We're living up to our name. Drunken Peasants.
Yeah, it's the alcoholism and the chill vibes.
I think everybody's grabbed a drink since we started talking about it. They're like, you know what, since we're here. Some people at work, are working at grocery stores, just cracked one open.
Yeah.
Like, why not?
They're working at the goddamn local gas station, just pull the one off the counter.
Fixed Soul changed his name to Fuck Soul. Way ahead of you. He's He's hammered.
Oh, wow. He's doing drugs. If Cobes were a drink, what would he be? Toilet water?
Probably one of the vomitous drinks that he makes.
Oh, yeah. Literally just had a King Cobra.
This may look like an old fashioned, but what you don't know is I'm about to add olive juice.
Yeah. It would be something like that.
Yeah. Black olive juice.
And a zest of Dorito residue.
Yep. Yeah,
Stir it with your finger.
Yeah, it's Dorito dust on the tip of your finger that you stir in.
I lime the rim of my Cobra Rita.
Cobra Rita.
My Cobra Rita with Dorito dust.
Tubes.
We should do a libation night where we make peasants themed cocktails for
I'm
each
just
other.
thinking about
Cobra Rita. Have a what would a Brett Keane be?
It makes me want to puke.
Like a Brett Keane would be a Manhattan called the Dorn, beaten not stirred. This all be
a themed drink for everybody. Yeah.
Yeah.
A DP themed bar.
See,
it's like Drizzly. You
I
send it
want
out.
my own drink to be an old fashioned.
Is that your favorite drink?
It's one of my favorite cocktails.
It's a great drink.
It's my favorite.
I like it based with brandy.
I named an album after
brandy
it.
based old fashioned.
But normally it's bourbon, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
My first album was named Old Fashioned. After the drink and the donut. And my old fashioned demeanor.
I'm a 41-year-old with braces.
Better late than never.
And I will say, they're getting loose and it's gross.
The braces are getting loose and gross?
Yeah, like you wear them for it's like you wear you wear one set a week, another set a week, and then you wear the third set for 2 weeks. And then you repeat that.
I'm a 41-year-old with braces, but they're on my underage girlfriend.
Right there.
Under drinking age. She's 19.
Yeah. And the weird thing is because my bite is now transitional, my bite is off now. Like my front teeth close.
You bite your own tongue or anything?
No. But like I can't. My teeth used to all close equally at the same time, and now they don't.
Huh.
Because they're shifting.
In the last year and a half, I started grinding on the left side and the back.
Yep.
Not every night, but some nights, and I can tell when I do it because my neck hurts the entire day because I've just been grinding. It's like a...
How long you been a parent, Joe?
Oh, God. Now that you mentioned it.
That's where it comes. Yeah,
2 years this month.
Yeah. That's where the stress. I mean, like, it's not. I mean, like, it is what it is, but that's, like, there's probably that stress.
Yeah.
There is stress. Like, a lot of stress is evolutionary. Like, we feel stress, the things to keep us alive and to like, ensure our procreation. Like, that all comes
Is your
from
under
primitive
drinking age
man.
girlfriend alive?
Nope. She's a necro dolly.
I have a nest in the bush out front of my house, and there's like becoming from hatchlings to fledglings.
Oh wow!
4 perfectly healthy robins. I watch them build it, lay the eggs, and then hatch them all. I'm kind of attached to them now. I actually probably ensured their survival one day because a squirrel tried to eat them.
Oh really?
Yeah, and I was like, nope, I'm not doing. I'm not letting it happen.
Not
so
today.
I went out there and I had a broom. I was literally chimping out. Like they probably saw me because you know how we see other animals and they all look alike to us. They probably saw me as like a bald chimp, like 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 poking a broom at them. Like the squirrel kept looking at me like, really? I'm like, yeah, get out of here, man.
That squirrel was not having it.
It ran away.
Ben meant nothing racial by that when he said the chimp.
I called myself a chimp.
Yeah, you went. Billy went.
No.
Like
it's too much white. Billy is like drowning in white guilt.
Is that what it was?
Not at all.
I just
Well,
wanted
he'll
to
say
point
it's
it
not
out.
true, but it is.
No, it's
Not at
okay.
all, no.
Well, you pointed it out, and you didn't think that, so that's even more evidence
What?
that he's just drowning in white guilt. We
No,
get
I'm not.
Bi-
It triggered
we
my
get Billy.
recollection
We
of-
get that your ancestors were slave owners. It's okay.
It triggered my recollection of Gail Cord Schuler's video. That's all. Nothing to do with guilt.
We don't want to even hear about the berry plantation. All right, I think that's where the the term Berry.
Because my family's last name is Berry?
Yeah.
And there's Chuck Berry and Halle Berry. And
yes. All of your ancestors, Billy.
We produce successful offspring.
Wow. Disgusting. And then don't forget about your great uncle, the
We're
Confederate
very
soldier,
proud folk here at Berryland.
Well, there was the
we made
Confederate
some of the
soldier
finest music, movies.
Cletus Berry. He fought at the Battle of Bull Run.
Battle of bullshit. Battle of Bull Drum. The Fridge Cotton Farm.
Yeah, don't forget about Daryl Strawberry.
See, at the cotton farm, the berries were one of the original fruit on the loom.
I saw him play for the Yankees back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
Daryl Strawberry?
Yeah, at Tiger Stadium.
Yeah.
He did one of his, like, run up the side of the wall, catch the ball kind of things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, he
Very
was
tall.
6'6".
Yeah.
One of my favorites.
He was on The Simpsons.
Yeah, so it was another one of my favorites, Mattingly, who
Oh, yeah?
should be in the Hall of Fame.
He should be. Yeah, I think he'll get in as a manager. They're
Yep.
not going to let him in as a player. His career wasn't long enough.
Yep.
But yeah. But with Strawberry, if you guys ever are just fucking around on YouTube, check out Theo Vaughn's story, the stand-up comedian Theo
Yeah.
Vaughn. His story about Daryl Strawberry is pretty funny. It's
The,
like a 20-minute story.
The late 80s Yankees was my first team. And it was Ricky Henderson, Dave Winfield, Don Mattingly. And then Daryl Strawberry joined later on.
Yeah, Daryl didn't join until 96. Willie Randolph was on
Was
those.
it 96?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was much later. The start of the dynasty is when he joined. But yeah, Ricky Henderson, Dave Winfield, all those guys.
Yeah.
That's 87. Don
Yeah,
Mattingly,
that was
Willie
the
Randolph, yeah.
That's my earliest memory.
Claudel Washington in center field. You got Polyarulo, Mike Stanley right after that. Yeah, great team. No pitching, but great offense.
Well, the 80s Yankees, probably the least successful Yankees.
For sure.
Especially of the 20th century.
It was the dark days of the Yankees and Disney. Disney had wall-to-wall box office failures for 10 straight years.
The Black Cauldron was good. damn it.
Yeah, exactly. You know, that was the Valley. It was started with The Rescuers, 1977, and it went all the way to the Black Cauldron till the Renaissance started. And the movie to kick off the
What do
Renaissance?
you have against Gurgi?
Little Mermaid. I think those movies are great. One of the most
too.
underrated was The Great Mouse Detective. And
Actually, back in the day on this show, me and Scotty and Paul trolled TJ into being like, you like the Black Cauldron, it's your favorite Disney movie, and TJ was like eating it up, or not eating it up, but like so visibly
getting shook.
shaken by us proclaiming he liked a movie he didn't like and liking a character he didn't like.
Yeah.
And he was seriously we trolled him about it for like 2 hours. And then he
Maybe it was a length of time.
Well, here's the thing. He leaves.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in the studio still doing my thing. They all leave. They get into a car. TJ's driving, and he's mad. And he does this weird, turn of the wheel, angry turn of the wheel, and backs his car up into, this giant concrete pillar. And, totally fucks up the side of their car. And
The
tries
Black
to,
Cauldron did it.
drive around it.
Wow.
He blamed it on Gurgi.
Yep.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
That was the only Disney movie at the time to be rated PG.
And then we all got Gurgi t-shirts and shit.
People still think TJ loves Gurgi because of that troll. The Secret of Nim was mice killing each other brutally. That was
I like
Disney.
That was
of
Don
Nim.
Bluth.
That's Don
Yeah.
Bluth. who
Interesting that you brought that up because
I'm a huge fan of Don Bluth.
that was a
actually.
big reason why Disney hit that wall because he
was their best animator.
Yeah, and he took 30 of their top animators as well as him. He was their best
Because they
But he
were
took them-
making the money.
Yeah, and they said, we're going to start our own thing, and they started the Don Bluth, and it only lasted a couple of years. Then he got picked up by Steven Spielberg's company, and they set the record and
Land
broke
Before
their
Time?
own record 3 straight times. Yeah, it started with An American Tale, I think. Then it went to Land Before Time.
I loved American. Those were indistinguishable from Disney movies back then. I think a few of those I thought were Disney movies when I was
Yeah, I
a
think
kid.
as kids, you
You
just assume
assume
everything
they were
is Disney.
Yeah.
Because they were done that well.
Yeah. Yep.
It wasn't until
Probably
I was
on a lower
37 that I
budget, too.
realized Don Bluth
Yep.
did them outside of Disney.
Yep. Well, when he ended up with Amblin, Steven Spielberg's company, that's when the budget went up too, and he was able to do more stuff. But also, he got very unhappy there because he had to edit things. Like he has a graphic death at the beginning. That I think might be available in some rough form somewhere of
Anastasia?
Sharptooth. No, Sharptooth.
The Land Before Time.
Killing Littlefoot's mom
Littlefoot.
in the beginning, and it's bloody. Like he's like biting her neck, and there's blood coming out. But they got rid of it. But he had
That's
animated
dumb.
the whole
Why do we
thing.
sanitize everything?
I know.
To sell toys.
Yep.
They sold toys pretty well back then.
Yeah, but you
they
know
would
what parents
attribute
getting-
it to them
Parents
getting
back
rid of
then
that.
were like,
scene.
"Oh yeah, that's what happened when dinosaurs ate each other." Like, yeah.
Well, I think that we had the Bambi level, but that was indoctrinated from the 60s.
Yeah, but that was '89
Yeah.
when Land Before Time came out.
Yeah, they
Remember,
said-
3 years later, there was a big kerfuffle over McDonald's and Batman Returns. Batman Returns lost their endorsement deal, and it actually cost Tim Burton the gig because Warner Brothers said, "Okay, if we're going to do another one with you, Tim, we're going to edit the hell out of it." And he said, "Oh, well, then I'm not going to do it." And then Michael Keaton said, "Well, I'm not going to do it either." So then they handed it off to Joel Schumacher.
And Val Kilmer was
And,
the Batman.
yeah, Val Kilmer took up.
Val Kilmer wasn't that bad as Batman.
No, he wasn't. But
He kind of like. What made him not do the next one though? Not enough money or what?
I think that he probably didn't do as well as they wanted at the box office, and they thought they'd go with a fresh young George
But it was
Clooney.
it was always the villains in those movies that were the marquee names, right?
Well,
Yeah, the least interesting thing about Batman has always been Batman.
Whoever's Batman.
Yeah.
And then I thought Val Kilmer was good. Val Kilmer has a tragic story though. He's still alive, but he's all fucked up. He could never really act normally again.
Did you see Val?
No, I didn't see it.
Apparently, he makes an appearance in the new Top Gun.
Huh.
I don't know in what form. Did you see it, Billy?
I think he had to have part of his
You're
like
making a
jaw
heart.
removed and shit.
yeah, we
or,
had
like,
a
his
heart in the
throat.
chat, so I was
Oh.
saying goodbye to Chesh and
Oh, okay. Goodbye, Chesh.
Heart to Shotty Tubbs. The hearts
When I
in the
was
chat.
living in New Mexico, Val Kilmer was going to run for governor because that's where he lives.
Mm-hmm.
And then it turned out he hadn't paid taxes in like a decade and was like, can't run. That's like the one thing you definitely can't run for public office. Like if it's proven you're not paying taxes,
Right.
you can ask to be paid in taxes. So. So I'd hate to keep pushing the booking committee back, but I think maybe instead of a booking committee, maybe we just chill here for a little while longer. We'll do it next week. I know Egghead's disappointed.
What is that?
Egghead's pissed.
What is the booking
The
committee?
booking committee is where we book what we're doing for our private shows in the next week.
Oh, okay.
I mean, if you want to do it, we can go do it. Maybe people will sign up just to see Joe in the booking committee. I don't know.
Well, what is it? What do we do?
We just go over to Patreon and like the $25 patrons can like be in the chat with us, and then everyone below us can like type in the text chat, and then we book the two private shows, and then we kind of like get an idea of what else we want to do.
Okay. What do you think, Bill?
We touch tips. Are there enough people who would be a part of the committee tonight here with us? I don't see Egghead farting around.
Yeah, I don't even know if he's here.
I'm your
Well,
host.
then I like your idea, Ben. We can just hang out.
Yeah.
Pipe smoking lemur says Egghead seems like a guy who's perpetually disappointed, and that's because he
Egghead's here. I knew he's waiting in the
perpetually-
fucking wings.
He
He's
perpetually
waiting.
expects more
He's like
from you.
Quasimodo, like staring down at us from the belfry.
Egghead's here. That changes everything
Oh,
for the
damn.
worse.
Damn.
I'm kidding.
Egghead.
Hey, Egghead, do you have your belt now?
Not yet. Two more weeks.
Egghead, we had this idea where, like, I kind of had this idea where you have to face a mystery opponent, and if you win a prize, a monetary prize. But if you lose against this mystery opponent, you have to ship them your belt.
The mystery opponent is Adolf Hitler.
Oh, I'm not going to tell you who
Do,
it
do, do,
is.
do. Oh, no, it's not Hitler. It's not Hitler.
What, you don't like that, Egghead? What? You don't have enough confidence? You bought a belt, after all.
Egghead's gonna sleep with that fucking thing.
Yeah, what?
Egghead's gonna eat eggs and bacon off of it. Egghead's gonna tribute all over the face of it.
I love how Egghead will order a belt and have to ship it to somebody immediately.
That's a shame.
There can be only one.
Egghead, you're about to become a commodity.
Oh, wow.
We're gonna buy and sell your little asshole.
You know what,
Egghead.
Joe? As I think you could be like a good manager in Actual Mania. Maybe you could like
For Egghead?
No. For the person against it.
Whoever it is. Well, do you remember I was the one kind of hyping the creator against Egghead, which the creator beat Egghead, if I'm not much mistaken, once. He took the belt from him.
Yeah,
the
he did.
Cringerweight.
He did.
He took the Cringerweight pretty handily as well. We had never seen something on that order of magnitude of cringe.
Yep.
There was actually... we were watching, I believe it was episode 727, something like that. Just on we were just picking a random episode, and the guests are Billy. Well, Billy's not a guest. Me and Scott are the guests. And the creator makes an appearance as like a hype video with Egghead there. And they're both there. And they're talking. And all the worst things happen in this episode. Like, right before this, at the time, everybody was on Billy's case because whenever Ben left the room, Billy would go on some weird gay tirade or talk about, like, Play-Dohs or something really
I know.
sick, right? So
I'm still afraid to leave the room because of that.
Freedom!
So Ben leaves the room, and sure enough, I think I started the conversation. I just got really, like, gay or something. And then Billy just runs with it, and then Scott goes in with it. So we're just talking about the most pornographic, homoerotic stuff, and then Ben comes back in, and then Billy goes, "Don't forget to get your bets in."
We call it the Aristocats.
Yeah.
What was the thing when Carl Jones was in and he had the like little boop 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 boop? Do you remember that?
Vaguely.
He had like the little musical thing, and you guys turn it into Mr. Swirly songs the whole time.
Nice. The Bop It thing? I vaguely recall
He
that.
had this
Bop It.
hand instrument where it was like making music.
Finally find my way. We're gonna finally find my way back to the elementary school. Joe and I were at elementary school today.
Yeah, we were. Ariel, I'll be your manager if you want to go up toe-to-toe versus Egghead. Yeah, we were at a school. That was our rendezvous point, oddly enough, for our intelligence work.
For our
Egghead got
fun.
scammed out of the belt. Takes one to know one, Egghead. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, that episode is great because Egghead and the creator, Tyler the creator. His name's Kyle. I don't know why he called himself Tyler. It's just that cringe. He didn't think that was
Thomas the creator.
Yeah, he thought he was being cool when he did that too. That's how cringy he is.
I am Thomas.
And you see Egghead kind of like lowballing the cringe, like trying to be what he thinks a cool guy is, but still being really cringy.
Yeah.
And then Tyler trying to be what he thinks is a cringe guy is, and being so much cringier than that could ever be. And it's like really weird. At one point, he takes off this. He has this weird fucking. He has this weird fucking sheep's head mask on.
Yes.
And he's like, "It's me,
Tyler, the creator.
It was Thomas the creator.
Thomas.
Yeah.
The creator.
Was Thomas the Tank cringing?
Yeah, and then he's like, "Let me tell you about my addiction."
My addiction.
My addictions. It's the only word he says with that fucking accent. And I'm like, fucking, Kyle, take that fucking mask off. And he's like, and he takes it off, and he's got like black face paint all over him. I'm like, Kyle, put your fucking mask back on. It's the worst.
That's so funny.
It is a train wreck, yes.
That was
yes,
so good.
Egghead remembers.
We all remember. Chevy, you have a good night. Thank you for hanging with us.
Thank you, Chevy.
Here it is. Here's one of them right here.
You know,
This is where Kyle takes his victims to. This abandoned building here.
Probably.
I warned everybody that this was going to happen. I asked.
And it like he tucked his gunt into a pair of slacks. He tucked his gunt into this pair of slacks
if you were
here.
wearing a mask because
What poor motherfucker is filming this too? Someone is holding this camera.
It's Billy.
You know what? I feel like there would be no Kayla if Billy never existed, because I've seen the influence. I've seen the video of them laying in bed together cuddling. I've seen so much.
He'd probably be like 1,000 times as successful if he didn't look up to me. I stunted his path.
you should have fucking listened. And guess what?
He could have been pure cringe, but he looked at me and he was like, "Fat people can be cool."
Is his underwear hanging out of his pants?
I think it is undies. I do think it's undies.
Yeah. He tried to like stuff it in.
Rub it all
Yeah.
in your face.
Can't see it below the Dunlap.
And I'm still on the hunt for the ginger bitch. Christopher Kleinmesser, you might have given up on Kalo, but
Gaven.
I'm not
Given up.
You might have gaven up.
You might have lubed up my ale.
Changed my look. As you can tell, I love purple.
His chin, you can see his fucking second chin.
It's his neck beard.
His neck.
Whippoorwilling, and then the actual gullet the hair won't grow on. He's got layers.
Oh my god!
Oozing out of that mask.
I hate how even I've seen the video of him losing his virginity.
And he missed. Yeah, I know. We've all seen it. I hate that too. I hate also that he missed the golden opportunity to do a Hunchback of Notre Dame joke here, because he could have totally made like he was in a bell tower, and he does have a fucking hunchback.
Yeah.
It's perfect. Why didn't he try it?
He's the Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Neutered dumb?
So, I changed his look a little. I gave him a nice little purple streak.
I like how he goes off on like a minute and a half of inside shit that nobody else knows about.
All I can
That always
say
makes
is,
me cringe.
you guys should have listened, and now look where we are.
Uh-oh.
And then you got a fat orange.
Is Kalo tall or is he?
He is tall, yeah.
Yeah, like your height maybe. No,
Not
short.
quite my height. He's probably like 6 foot, 5'11", maybe.
So your height.
Telling people to inject themselves with fucking sanitizer? Fucking stupid idiots. All I can say is, you should be listening when the lamb comes around. You should be listening when I come around. Run!
I like how he's like.
I know.
He's the best.
I don't ever want to fuck Kalo.
Name your favorite Kalo moment of
But I
all
would
time.
fuck Kalo.
I got a favorite Kalo moment. I
Give me
want you to
one.
name yours.
Mine?
Yeah.
In person?
Is it
name
the
mine.
same one? Is it the
Well,
same? Is it we have
it's
the
probably
same
the
one?
same one.
Was it from
we're
the
ta-
phone call?
Yeah. So we're talking
Okay,
to
you
our
can tell it,
friend.
yeah.
We're talking to our friend Kayla, and Kayla was legendary for having like, breasts that everybody really liked.
She had big boobs.
She had really.
Kayla had great
Is
boobs.
it Bish?
Bish, yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody really liked her boobs.
Yeah.
And Kyle included, and Kyle used to talk about it. He's like, she has great boobs, you know, and it'd be all creepy and stuff. Well, we're on a call with Kayla, this girl, and Billy and
Joey
me.
and I.
And we're talking. No cameras on or anything like that.
Just friends.
And Kayla knows that Kyle likes her.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Do you want to fuck me, Kayla?" Kind of like mean girling him. And he goes, "Not really. I guess you could give me a blowjob." Seriously.
She was so crushed.
And she was like, "Oh."
Like you just got dunked on by fucking Kayla.
And then later she's like, "Well, now I have to do it."
Yeah.
But it was great. He like used brute R word strength.
Yeah, his brute R word strength.
was-
Not the grape word.
Yeah.
The regard.
Yeah.
Brute regard strength.
Yeah, it was brute regard logic.
Yeah.
He used just to Just a flattener. No pun intended.
Got her.
Yeah.
And to this day, she's never recovered.
Nope.
I'll show you my favorite Kayla video.
Mm.
Can I show you my favorite?
Yeah.
All right.
Seth looks says, I bet Kayla's junk smells like wet cabbage. Well, lucky for you, I have some corned beef.
Delicious, by the way. All right.
Well,
watch Billy cringe.
I'm back in the bed where
Oh,
it all
shit.
began.
Oh shit.
Billy,
Oh, shit.
since you did not want to be my coach and help me through and help me to try to win and keep my Cringe-Away title, I wrote you a little something.
Oh, you're like
Roll it, maestro.
He's out of breath.
You should open for this guy.
Is this I Don't Care? Oh,
no, it's it's
This is for you, baby boy. I got you right here. I'm gonna sing to you.
Oh, I've never seen this. Oh my God. There's way too much jiggling here. So many parts. You're wincing, Billy.
I know, yeah, that's why. I love it.
And this is one long ass
And there's
intro.
a lot of auto-tune, too. It's like so over auto-tuned, it's unbelievable.
Billy, I'm sorry. I can't cringe inside your Ferrari. Billy, of course. I ain't cringing inside of your Porsche.
The grinding started again.
Billy, you've seen me.
Yeah, the tooth grinding.
Yeah.
I won't cringe in your Lamborghini. Billy, it's true. I'm not cringing in your BMW. I can't cringe in your Mercedes, Billy. You cannot leave me like an abortion, baby. I know it sounds crazy, Billy, in the Power Hub, cringing past Mickey, Billy. Come on, Billy, won't you cringe with me? Top down,
Oh God.
all
I forgot who sang backup to this.
Come on, Billy,
This is much
just
worse.
motorboat
This is so much worse.
Cringe out, let the buffalo burn with me.
I'm crawling out of my skin.
Come on, Billy,
I get it now.
cringe with me. Come on, Billy.
Do you have the music video?
Come on, Billy,
I've seen
just
it.
cringe
We should
with
play it
me.
somewhere.
Come
I want to
on,
see it.
Billy. Come on, Billy. Billy, I'm sorry. I can't cringe inside your Ferrari. Billy, of course. I ain't cringing inside of your Porsche. Billy, you've seen me. I won't cringe in your Lamborghini. Billy, it's true. I'm not cringing in your BMW. I can't cringe in your Mercedes, Billy. You cannot leave me like an abortion, baby. I know it sounds crazy, Billy, in the Power Hub, cringing past Mickey, Billy.
What is that? Power Hub?
I don't know what that is.
In the Power Hub.
I don't know any of this.
Are you okay? You seem like you're...
Stevie just texted me. She said, I turned on the podcast.
I thought
this
I
guy
was the only
singing.
one who kept a giant carton of goldfish crackers next to their bed.
She said she turned on the podcast and then immediately turned it off.
Yeah.
When she saw him singing.
We lost 140 viewers when this came on.
That's great.
They went to go watch actual live abortion feeds.
Oh. Who's on his wall back there? Are these different people?
I think
it's Poppy. It's almost
Poppy.
all Poppy.
All Poppy.
He's weird. He has like a lot of... It's funny because all the pictures I see with him and her, he's standing like 10 feet away from her. They're like weirdo.
This was an interesting time for the title. Before the live Cringe-Offs, whoever my next opponent is,
cringe
they should
lore.
also be live so we can have a proper live Cringe-Off.
Be live so we could have a proper live cringe.
No, but I can tell every Kalo picture with Poppy, who I guess is popular, like underground popular or whatever.
Okay.
They're like, stand over there.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Well, he gave Clara Baby Legs a whole bunch of money back in the day too. You could tell.
Oh, the
Well, no, he admitted to it too, and
yeah,
there was
he's a
actually,
full-on simp. He's a big old simp.
I had just moved back from Israel, and me and Billy were living together in Shoreline.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say matrimonial bliss.
Yeah, matrimonial bliss, and we started doing like this podcast from his room. Not really a podcast, just a couple of streams, live streams. We thought we were going to make it a thing, but we can't get along. And Kayla came on. He was our first guest, and he tried to show us like proof that he would never do something like that with Clara Baby Legs. Like basically, he had gotten her nudes and like reposted them or something like that to a bunch of people.
They were already out there, like, paid for, right?
I don't remember. There was something she entrusted him with something.
Because, like, there's a difference. It's still bad to, like, leak nudes that are, like, paid for nudes, but when someone's, like, putting their nudes out there publicly.
It was something like a betrayal of trust.
There was a definite betrayal of trust.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what the gist I got of it. And now, and it was, like, irredeemable. Well, this guy... he tried to show us as Exhibit A of his innocence, his Reddit account, and this Reddit thread of people talking about it, and this weird stalker guy named Kayla. And there's a guy who's very articulately, he thinks, articulately explaining why Kayla is innocent, and his name is Ice Cannon. And it's very funny because he's using Kayla's exact arguments, and he's using his exact cadence, and he's reading this as proof of his innocence, and we're like, Kayla, are you Ice Cannon? He's like, no.
And Kayla's screen name was like Kayla Dano 246.
Yeah.
And Ice Cannon was like Ice Cannon 818.
Yeah.
Like you can't even not put the numbers at the end like he does.
We're like, you're Ice Cannon. Go ahead and say it. And he's like, I'm not. Like him thinking, you could hear him thinking.
And there's this special trick that Joe and I have when we get down and get the truth out of people. We just ask them 3 times.
Yep. So the last time we were like, Kayla, just say you're Ice Cannon. We know you're Ice Cannon. He's like, all right, I lied. It was the easiest.
It was sick. The interrogation was
easiest interrogation ever.
What a weird guy to have around.
Welcome to Battle Cam.
Yeah. No, he was great.
Yeah, I almost want to see more from him. I want him to do stand-up again.
Yeah. Yeah, I wrote him a bunch of jokes to perform live, and he said they weren't good enough.
Billy, could you do a show where you're the headliner and have Kayla open for you?
No.
Why not?
I don't want to.
Why?
We can do Peasant Con, and Kayla can come out and do live stand-up.
Can he do it
I guess he could give me a blowjob.
It's definitely a twin-size bed for a single. I hate this guy more than I hate Jard and Brett combined for what he did to Sweet Boy Billy's song.
He has not done anything as close to what either of them have done.
Sorry, I think what he did was a
worse.
Was an
'Cause he
unforgivable
covered your
thing.
song?
Yeah. He took something beautiful and he molested it. What Jared Genesis did, what
Oh my God.
Brett Keane did.
Stop. You're going too far.
Like, sure. They thought and said the worst things in the world.
No, Jared, I mean, like, okay.
But they didn't desecrate my beautiful music.
We have a 2-hour secretly recorded conversation with Kayla on the phone.
Whoa, do you know what that is?
So fucking bad.
Yeah, it's so fucking bad. So he's threatening suicide on the side of a mountain.
No.
He calls.
No.
And he's out of breath because he had to walk up this
mountain.
So he calls. And, you know, Billy's got to help everybody, right?
Yeah.
And so he calls him up and he's like, I'm going to do it. And he does not know that I'm in the car. Because if he does, he's going to stop talking, right? Because for all his autism, he can see evil when he knows when it's there. So he's telling Billy, I'm going to do it. I'm going to jump. And Billy's like, no, you don't want to do that. And he's like, no.
no, it's too much. I did it again. I did it to another girl. He's like, what are you talking about? He's like, she trusted me. She trusted me. And he did it. He took over me. And I had to let it go. He's like, what are you talking about, Kayla? Who took over you? He's like, the creator. He's like, oh, God. He's like, listen, Kayla, get down from the mountain. You don't want to jump off the mountain. He's like, I'm going to do it, Billy. And then I was like, you got to let me in on this.
I was like, please.
Please. So finally, I pretend like I just got in the car. And he's like, hey. Yeah. He's like, hey. I don't talk to sociopaths. And I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm like, Kayla, anything that's ever happened, just let it go. Well, I forgive you. And what's going on, buddy? Are you okay? He's like, no, I'm going to commit suicide. And I said, well, what happened? Did something happen to you? And he's like, yes, I've been overtaken by the creator. I was like, well, I think we need to talk to the creator. You know? And he goes, I don't know if he'll come out right now. And we're like, no, let's talk to the creator because we really gotta work this out. So there's a 10-second pause. And then Kayla goes, well. I fell out of the car. I opened the car door and I fell out.
The door to
and
fall
it was
out of the
moving.
car.
The car was moving. And I fell out. I had to fall out of the car. I was okay to die there. And I can't catch my breath. And Billy's like, Joe fell out of the car. He was afraid. He was afraid. So I came back in and I was like, that scared the shit out of me, Kayla. Who is that? And he's like, it's not Kayla. That piece of shit, he doesn't know anything. I take him over. Just like I took over Jesse. And that turned out to be a YouTuber. McJuggernuggets.
He was stealing McJuggernugget's fucking gimmick.
Yeah.
To excuse his actions he did against the girl.
Yeah. He's like...
And he was stealing Matt Hardy's gimmick, too, at the same time when he was the broken Matt Hardy.
Oh, my God.
He was mixing two different things together that he stole from other people to deal with the fact that he was a piece of shit to a girl.
Yeah. He's like, I was actually around when George Washington was. And I was in George Washington. I made him cheat on Martha. And now I'm in Kyle. And I drive him to his addictions. I was like, oh my God. Kayla, I got to introduce you to somebody. Well, Kayla. Fancy we meet again. It's the creator's arch nemesis. And then I just go into the Guardian character, and he just keeps going with the Kayla impression.
So bad.
He's like, oh, Guardian, it's been so long. I'm like, that it has. We're both pretending to be insane, but we actually have to be insane to be doing this.
Yeah.
My, yes, it has. Then this went on for like another hour and a half.
Oh my God, I'm dead.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna die.
I was like crying.
I'm too old for this shit.
I was crying.
Oh.
It was the cringiest fucking thing.
Oh.
I had to pick Joe up.
Oh, God.
And Kayla called me on the side of a mountain going to kill himself, and it turned into that. I was picking Joe up. I was like, hey, Kayla's having a hard time, so just sit here until this call's over.
If I had 5 laughs in my life, that's one of them.
Oh, God.
It was so psycho.
Oh, God.
He got really butthurt because Billy didn't want to mentor him.
True.
We were doing this
Joe
thing.
for third peasant, Joe 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 for third peasant.
Fix Soul said that in our chat too. Addictions.
Addictions.
The only word he says with an accent.
Addiction.
Yeah.
That's the worst.
So, in a moment, we're about to wrap it up. Wow. We all
Wrap
learned
it up.
something today.
Leak this call, please.
I think I have it recorded somewhere, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you
I
deleted
wish
it.
we
but
could hear that hum gum dying.
I mean, it's probably illegally recorded, right?
Yeah.
But I don't think Kayla would even
No,
fucking
you
care
were
at this
in
point.
Oregon when you recorded
Oh,
that.
yeah, I
right?
forgot about
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. All you have to do is be in Oregon when it happened.
Well, I had fun. This was good.
Might as well leak the call, though.
Yeah, we might.
Everybody wants to hear it. Maybe Joe will host a cool DJ club night here in Seattle. You guys could fly in.
The reveal of the creator call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, we're dropping that brand new creator call. Party rockers in the house tonight. Creator call. And then Joe drops it. We all just piss ourselves in the club.
I remember that PAX weekend where we went to the club. Joe did some of the weirdest, like, it was like fluidic dancing. I wish I still had it.
It was a good night.
Anastasia has some of it.
Yeah, there was a thing where you guys were like a human swing for her.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have it somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah. Jeff Holiday.
With the
yeah, that was great. That was really funny.
Yeah, because I was getting you guys, and then you guys were like, and I turned around and Jeff's like, yeah. I think he's coming around soon, actually.
Good.
Hey, Anastasia's in the chat. Says, did I hear my name? Yes, Joe. The dancing video you made of Joe at the club when we were all at the club at PAX. We have to see those videos. They were great. You still have them? Tell us you still have them.
You still have them. She saves everything. And then she'll like bring it up like 3 years later. She's like, I saved a comment you made. Just actually 2 days ago.
You know what, though? She didn't remember. I was like, oh, do you remember that video that you made where you're riding the wheel in downtown Seattle? And she's like, I never did that. I'm like, yeah, you did. I saw a video of you doing it. And then I pulled it up and she's like, oh.
Well, no, her memory's shit. She just records everything. So she like will save it.
But she acted like she remembered. She said, oh, that time I rode the wheel. It's like,
She just remembers everything involving me and Joe because we're her two favorite people in the entire world. And she's got 3 of her own kids, which is kind of fucked up. As a mom. We should at
and a
least be
good man
fifth.
in her life.
Yeah, we
Jason.
should at least be 6.
Yeah. Yeah. It's all very sick.
Yeah. Yeah. It's nasty.
When is Jeff coming up?
I'll have to check. Yeah, I think it's sometime this month.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah. We got Adam coming up, too.
I'm happy, Panic Pun.
Panic Pun legit hasn't laughed that hard in a while.
Good. Good.
Man, that call. Did we end up playing it somewhere?
I don't
think so.
I can't remember.
Did you guys ever buy Jerky Boys CDs? Could you imagine that being a thing now? You should watch the Jerky Boys movie for a patron sometime.
I've heard, not the CDs, but like recordings on YouTube of the Jerky Boys.
Don't they have YouTube channels of people doing prank phone calls like that? Isn't that a thing still? There's like a guy who calls or waits for telemarketers and scammers to call him and does similar stuff.
Yeah, that's that counter scammer guy or whatever.
Anastasia, it was September of 2019. Find the videos now. Have you tried to watch The Boys now that you saw the 3rd season video, Ben?
No, I haven't.
I used to listen to Jerky Boys. I had like 3 of their CDs.
Yeah, I had a whole bunch of those. This is Saul Rosenberg. Oh, ow, ow. I've got anal warts.
Anal warts.
Don't they burn them off with hot pokers or something? Yeah.
YouTubers doing prank calls aren't so big they get a movie about it like the way the Jerky Boys did.
The
That's
Jerky
true.
Boys couldn't even happen now. They'd like prosecute them. They'd be like, "Oh, you committed phone harassment and sold." I don't even know how that could exist now.
They used to pump out a lot of movies based around like a comedic act or something that wasn't very big because they were trying to like catch the next big thing. They had the Fat Boys would do a series of movies back in the day.
Yeah, but they were a rap group.
Yeah, but other stuff like that. The Jerky Boys, when you get like the Beavis and Butthead movie.
The Jerky Boys were pranksters.
Later, you had Donald Glover's team, the Mystery Team.
Mhm.
They were like a YouTube thing, and then they did a movie in like 2008 for Netflix.
They did that like on their own. That was very low budget.
Very low budget, yeah.
Yeah, but these
Like
ones,
a
it was
comedy
like
mystery movie.
in the 90s and the 80s, there was like merchants of cool who would just see a trend that was rising and immediately try and sign it onto a movie or something.
Yeah.
Or if they could put a fucking album out around it, they would do it. They would do anything to try and monetize whatever was
Yeah.
building up and cool at the moment.
Yeah, and they've always tried. Well, they've tried this since marketing got more sophisticated. Like in the 50s, I've been watching a lot of Tubi, and I've been watching a lot of stuff that I would never watch because Tubi is amazing. If you want a streaming service, the best streaming service ever is Tubi.
It's a free one, right?
Yeah, it's a free one. You got to watch ads, but it's the deepest cuts you've ever seen. These movies are so obscure, and I've been watching the Gidget series from
Gidget.
from
Yeah,
the late.
and you gotta want to watch shit that's like 50, 60 years old too.
Yeah, of course. You got to want to watch anything. Like they have every Giallo movie ever made on there. Every.
You know, one of the best sci-fi series to watch from the 90s is Quantum Leap, but then they ruin it with the ending. And I almost want to spoiler alert the ending to people who might be... It's such a good series and you have so much hope for how it turns out.
With Scott Bakula.
Yeah, the ending is just ridiculous. Like, oh, wait, that's what has been going on this whole time? And I was like, oh, this is shit. Like, I invested years of my life into this show thinking it was cool.
Yeah.
And then in the end, it was just...
Now I'm buying into Amway. I'm selling Mary Kay
It's
now.
almost like that.
Doesn't Quantum Leap have a very famous fan theory attached to it that cycles back into a lot of other series?
Is that the one with the kid in the snow globe, or?
Well, that wasn't Quantum Leap. That was
General Hospital.
General
St. Elsewhere,
Hospital.
yeah.
St.
No, it
Elsewhere.
was St. Elsewhere.
St.
Yeah.
Elsewhere. You're right. St. Elsewhere. Yeah, but I thought Quantum Leap was also involved.
General Hospital was like a legit soap opera. St. Elsewhere was like a...
Nighttime soap.
It was like a surreal comedy slash...
Yeah. There's been a few of those that were winking soap operas. Like before that, Mary Hartman. Anyone?
Soap.
Yeah, Soap. A few years after that with
Soap
Billy Crystal.
was like the first show, with Billy Crystal, like an openly gay character, and then like someone who was thinking about transitioning too. Billy Crystal's character almost transitioned in Soap.
Yep, and that was 1979, 1980.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, what happened to us as a country? We really fell.
We really. Mary Hartman was 1976, and if you get a chance, watch this too. It's available on YouTube. It might as well have been a Lynch movie, but it was the weirdest show. I think it only did like 13 episodes. But it's like a poker-faced, bizarre, I dare you to think we're serious, primetime soap show. And it was called Mary Hartman.
I've seen it.
Oh, yeah. It's so weird. Soap was more winking. It's more comedy, like overtly silly, which is funny. Soap is funny. But,
You ever seen Fernwood Tonight?
Fernwood, no.
That was Martin Mull's.
Okay.
This is not what I meant to send you, Ben. I'll send you something.
Okay.
I was meant to send you.
It was Martin Mull's like thing that kind of broke him into the business. It started out as Fernwood Tonight, and then it became America Tonight when it got like big enough. But it was a fake public access show.
Oh, okay.
Set in Ohio, which it was probably filmed in like L.A. or whatever. But it was Martin Mull and like a troupe of like sketch actors.
Have you ever seen Miracle Beach?
No. I
Martin
can't believe
Mull's
you've
in
never heard
Miracle
of Fernwood
Beach.
Tonight. That is insane. Because it's...
I've heard of it. I've just never seen it.
Oh, really? Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. What was that 6-episode Lynch series? that was like a fake TV show as well. On the Air, I think it was called 1992. He did it after Twin Peaks.
Oh shit! Hold on.
Deuce.
So this is Anastasia's footage from this? Yeah, I've never seen this.
Oh, okay.
I have my own footage from this shit.
Dancing in the streets. Come on and Billy.
Oh, I see Eugene in this one.
Huge made an appearance in our chat earlier.
He was chatting.
Was he in here?
He was
I didn't see
not
that.
in here. It was in.
It was in the live stream.
Yeah, earlier today. We should invite him to be a guest on Drunken Peasants podcast again.
We can get him back in here. He got mad I smoked weed when he was in here.
He also got mad
he's allergic.
Took a shit on his car.
He got mad at me too.
I also asked him if Israel was an ethno-state.
Oh, really?
I also asked
He was
him.
like, it was like we were talking about JF back in the day.
Yeah.
And we had him in here, and I just asked him. He's like, I'm not even gonna go there. I'm like,
I also
okay.
asked him if his haircut was an homage to Macklemore or the alt-right.
Look at these guys dancing.
Why Jeff dressed like a Catholic priest when he goes out on the town? It's kind of
That was his PAX outfit. He was trying to pick up some little
they're in love. That's me, right? I think that's me saying
think
they're in
so.
love. You are in love. Yep, that's me.
Say hey.
We can probably talk them into like following each other. Eventually.
We should
Am I ruining your video? Sorry.
make the chat on screen a little smaller so that it doesn't cover Joe's badass dance moves.
Shit.
Joe looks like he's at a 90s rave on the best fucking MDMA.
What is this?
A little Jagger there at the end.
Low moves like Jagger. Eugene. Oh shit! I didn't realize Eugene was dancing.
That's where it's at.
He moves exactly like the fucking tall girl behind him.
Yeah.
He hit her phone.
Who hit her phone?
Eugene hit her phone.
Oh, wow.
He went, "Fuck you, bitch," and threw his hand in the phone. Can't believe he physically assaulted Anastasia. You don't hit girls, Eugene.
Not anymore.
Now
Not
I'm,
anymore.
Now I'm mad at you, Eugene.
Glad I got it out of my system.
I'm just saying. Anything I did before 2008,
wiped clean.
Yeah, Obama cleared my slate. I voted for Obama, so all that women beating I did, it's fine now. We brought Barry into the White House. Good times.
So that show that you were talking about, Fernwood, was a spin-off of Mary Hartman, Mary Hartman.
Yes.
That's incredible.
Yes.
Yeah.
Got that Obama Kush.
That weird connection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, that's why I asked you about it.
Yeah. Some of those weird... Well, Tubi is full of that stuff. You'll just find the most obscure things. A lot of great made-for-TV movies that have never seen the light of day since they're airing on CBS, in the 1970s.
Yeah. They used to play all that shit on Nick at Night in like the infancies of Nick at Night. They had Mary Hartman, and Fernwood. And America Tonight is what it changed into.
America Tonight, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't even think there really is a Fernwood, Ohio. So they created like this weird fictional world for that shit.
Why is Anastasia still texting us?
She's sending more clips. I think she thinks that she's now the curator for DP Podcast.
What do you think, your fourth guest?
She's like the producer.
Yeah, she's over here producing the show.
Yep. She's like, more pictures.
Yeah, she's like, this is great. Here's one of Joe being handsome and Billy being cute. Why don't I get to be handsome?
Is that what she said?
No.
Oh, I could see her saying that.
Yeah, I was just saying that
you do a really good impression.
I'm really good at doing impressions.
I thought she
of
was here.
people.
I was like, how the fuck did she get in?
She crawled. She's small.
She crawled through the keyhole.
Yeah, she's like 4'1". She can crawl through anything.
She can crawl right up into your urethra and explode your body.
That fucked me up. So yeah, Tubi, Trader Joe's gin. Their
Ever watch
bottom
Cozy
shelf
TV?
wine.
Not the alt-right Cozy TV, but the wholesome Cozy TV.
No.
Really?
No. I never have.
I never did.
It's a channel that just plays like old school reruns.
Oh, okay.
If you ever get like an antenna for your TV and pick up all the channels, you can pick up like 50 channels in the Seattle area. And a bunch of them are decimal, like the ABC affiliate station has like 3 decimal channels that they run too, that just plays like reruns, like syndicated reruns of older shit, like the X-Files and that kind of shit.
Okay, yeah.
And every channel has that, and even like the PBS station now has that. That's what happened when they switched from analog to digital. Every channel got like piggyback stations too that they could like broadcast shit on the side of their frequency.
That's what Alki did. He got sued by the 4 major networks at the same time for doing it.
Yeah, ABC, NBC, CBS, and Fox all sued him.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, he had his own antenna that just picked up theirs, and he called it Film On.
Yep.
Just picked up their signal.
Thick Soul, where are you going to watch Top Gun tonight? You going to watch it? Is it a porno you're going to watch?
I want to see Top Gun Maverick.
The new one?
Yeah, I'm
it should have
curious.
came out, what, like 1989 or something?
Yeah.
Well, it
Like,
was supposed to come out pre-pandemic.
I'm
but they
curious
held it.
because
well, I mean, it should have came out.
Everybody I've heard has said it's good.
The hype is up there with the Batman.
Yeah.
Like, it's insane how big the hype is.
Everybody I've talked to said it's good.
I still haven't watched the Batman because I don't want to invest 3 hours of my life into it, and I'm like,
yeah.
And I'm like, every night I'm sitting there, I'm like, should I watch the Batman? And I look at the clock, and I'm like, it's like 3 hours long. Do I
It's
really
better
wanna
than
watch?
the Snyder cut, but I haven't watched
Well,
the
the Snyder
cut.
cut's like crazy long though, right? Like
Yeah.
4 hours.
Okay,
I watched 20 minutes of it.
I didn't watch it, but I
But
saw
you
the
didn't
runtime.
watch the 18-hour movie though, right?
I did. I watched. It was an 8-hour movie.
8-hour movie. Okay.
Shaitan Tango, Satan's Tango. Yeah, Belatar. I watched that at the Northwest Film Forum, and that was less excruciating than the Batman.
Really?
The Batman.
Should I not watch it?
Here's the thing.
I haven't seen it.
Everybody loves it, so I would probably seek it out because everybody loves it.
You only live so many minutes in your life, Joe, and I'm getting older.
I get it. I didn't like it at all. I actually actively disliked it. When I saw it, I was like, I can't believe it.
I feel like everything Billy tells me he likes, I hate.
I didn't like the Batman.
That's the rule of thumb. Billy didn't like it either. He watched it multiple times to see if he was missing something.
Yeah, I watched it once, and I was like, I got to watch it again to see if I missed something. Watched it again because Joe wasn't going to watch it.
Yeah.
And then Joe was like, fuck it, I'll watch it. So I watched it 3 times the weekend it came out.
Yeah.
And then I had to go see it a 4th time on Easter because my family wanted to go see it. And I was like, fuck, I'll sit through it. But it was excruciating. The 4th time was excruciating. The 3rd time was okay because I could kind of look at Joe and watch his reactions. When
Right.
he was like, I'm like, okay, Joe hates it.
Yeah.
I really hate a lot of the Disney drivel.
I get that.
But when we watched the Eternals, I really didn't think that was that bad, but everyone hated on that one. So I don't really trust other people's opinions on it too.
Burn,
I'll
Hollywood, burn.
Alan Smithy. So bad a director would.
Sarah's asking if you've seen Everything Everywhere All at Once yet.
Not yet. That's on my list. My sister loved it. She said that I should watch it, so I'm gonna watch it soon.
Older sister or younger sister?
Younger.
Good. Yeah, I've seen it 3 times, and it's interesting because I watched it right before we watched the end of the anime that we were watching.
Oh,
yeah, I watched it like the week before that happened.
Evangelion.
Yeah, Evangelion. And so when I was watching Evangelion, I was like, interesting.
Evangelion. Have you ever seen this, Ben? Even if you're not an anime fan,
I
you
have
seen this?
not.
Okay,
I like old anime. I gave up on it.
This movie came out in '97, and Evangelion was amazing to me because we watched the first 15 episodes of this show, and imagine a terrible show that you hate and see no redeeming qualities in.
That's what this show was. It was completely irredeemable. It was like a Power Rangers. Everything was structured the same way. They had some esoteric symbolism that you thought that might emboss on the narrative somewhere. They used a lot of like the Kabbalah and the Sephira, which was used by many great authors as kind of a tract for their best work. So Goethe based his Apprentice novels off the Kabbalah. One of my favorite movies.
So there was Jewish mysticism in this anime?
Yes.
Okay.
So, and a lot of it reappropriated, so it rhymed with Christian symbolism. So the Kabbalah, when it was taken over with a Q, and it was reappropriated by the Theosophy and all those people, and Hermetic tradition. So you have like the main character slowly transforms, and this repetitive show goes over and over, and you're thinking, how the fuck could anybody like this? Like, why do they like this? Then it turns to something on the level of 2001: A Space Odyssey or Stalker from Power Rangers, if you can imagine a leap like that, in 2 15-minute episodes, because the commercials must be weird in Japan, so all the episodes are about 15 minutes. So you're spending about 10 hours with this show. It goes from irredeemable to very damn interesting. You don't know how it got there, and then all of a sudden they pop in this movie, and you're supposed to watch this movie ideally between episode 23 and the last 2 episodes, which is like the 24th and 25th episode. You watch it, and it's remarkable. Everything you watched was a deeply self-referential narrative. They put it to where the narrative shifts so many layers, and none of them are convoluted, to where we get to a point which is close to reality, wherein everything we thought we saw as literal, like a commander, turns out to be a school teacher. This distant, all-powerful dad is in a mundane reality, just sitting at the breakfast table, and it all gets closer and closer, and then they do this kind of strange protagonist speech back and forth, where they're kind of like getting to the bottom of this process of nitty-nitty, where they're like getting down to the core of a person, but they're using the main character as the surrogate for you while they're doing this, and they're doing it expertly well. Then we go into meat space out of nowhere. It's real life. And we see 2 of our heroines that we've been watching from behind, walking in a world that's just like ours. My jaw dropped. I was like, oh my God, I did not think they were getting to this. They went through every world of Kabbalah, every world of creation to get us back to this point. And then the big one, they show a theater full of people watching the very same movie we're watching. And it's just like this weird fold that it sounds convoluted when you speak it out. But when you watch it as a tapestry, as a film, it's one of the 5 greatest movies I've ever seen, which is saying a lot. It was amazing.
How long is the whole thing?
It floored me. The film itself is like a 2-hour film, but the weird thing about it, it's such a daring experiment. You have to watch the show if you're going to get anything out of the movie.
Yeah.
And that means having to sit through a lot of bullshit.
And we had to watch to watch the movie in between the show finishing. Like we had to stop it episode halfway through one of the episodes.
Yeah.
Play the movie and then finish watching the episode and the other episode. It was fucking weird how we cut it up.
The last episode of Evangelion is like that because the studio ran out of money and couldn't afford to animate the characters. The movie was to fix that.
Yeah, right. So anyway, that's not true. It's perfect the way it is.
Is that not true?
It doesn't matter. It's perfect.
Okay.
Like even if that happened,
I don't know.
Like that's not how you read movies. You don't read movies by like, oh, they ran out of the editing. That's how an idiot reads movies. They might be giants. Remember Don Quixote? You read the windmills as if it seems cheap. That's your limitation as a viewer. You see. It's not their limitation as a filmmaker. Seth Looks made that fact up anyway. But
Seth Looks, I can't believe you're lying in donations.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, it's a good little thing.
Brad Pitt, Batman is Brad Pitt in 7. Yeah, well, the Batman is a ripoff of 7 and Zodiac, and it's done in a way that is not rated R. And it literally looks like they just put a Snapchat filter of Batman over those movies and cut out all the deep cutting scenes.
And all the interesting parts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, as a procedural, it's weak.
Oh,
it's really weak.
Like, I had to watch it a second time to see if I was missing some of the detective work playing out on screen.
Yeah.
I'm like, am I supposed to be watching him solve things? Like the mysteries are supposed to unfold for the audience? No, Batman's just supposed to be like, this is the answer.
Yeah.
Look at this now. Oh, we did beep boop beep in the tootie, and now we got this.
Beep boop beep in the tootie.
And I'm like,
I don't know. I kind of expected to follow along with the damn not mystery. What is a mystery? What the fuck is it?
Yeah, it's a mystery film, but it's a procedural. It's not a whodunit or anything. It's supposed to be kind of a how catch 'em because you know exactly who did it early. And at the end, there's like one twist, but the twist is supposed to be like a point that they've been making in movies forever. Like there has to be more of a zinger there, and it's not a zinger at all. Like you're like, oh, okay, yeah. Basically, what Joker speaks out at the end of The Dark Knight when he's like, "Me and you are destined to do this for a long time." It's the same dialogue. It's just using a different way to get there. And yeah, I didn't.
Somebody did it better before.
Yeah, I didn't like it. There's no crime for doing the same thing over again, but you got to try to bring something new to it, or a twist to it, or something that at least, as Einstein put it, you have to hide your sources.
Like it's 2022. Why didn't Batman have a gay relationship with Robin?
Yeah.
Why wasn't he his boy lover?
I'm gonna make an art film called Wayne.
Yeah.
And
is it true that they chemically castrated the guy that played Robin in the Adam West Batman?
I don't know. Seth looks. Do you have another dono on deck?
Yeah. what was that guy's name?
Burt Ward.
Burt Ward. Yeah. I don't know.
I only know his name because
sounds like an urban legend.
I know his name because I'm in a chemical castration message board.
Yeah.
Online.
Yeah.
But Joe's story he was about to tell was actually gold.
Which one?
Your script idea for Wayne?
Oh yeah, Wayne. Wayne is coming to a theater near you, an art house theater near you.
Yeah.
And it's a.
Oh my God.
We don't have rights to the name Batman, but it's basically about Bruce Wayne. And there's only like vague hints. No character is spoken out by name, but there is a avuncular butler that tends to the house and has a lot of duties. And he has this strange relationship where he kind of raises this guy, Wayne. He calls him Master. And he takes this young ward in named Dick, and they end up having this really intense sadomasochistic sexual relationship. And it's called Call Me By Your Wayne. It's really good. It's coming soon.
It's brilliant.
Yeah. Yeah.
Batman fucks Robin.
Yeah.
But it's art.
But it's done in an art house way, so you'll
It's
actually
gonna get
like
an
it.
Oscar.
I know it sounds stupid, but wait till you watch it.
It's brilliant. You guys are all gonna watch it and cry.
Yeah.
All the fucking Marvel fans will be like, "This was true cinema." It's gonna be beautiful. Beautiful. If anybody wants to look at pictures of my asshole, you probably have a problem.
Yeah.
We're going to wrap up the show now that it's 9:43 p.m. on the West Coast.
Yes.
I want everybody watching at home to wipe your asses and brush your fucking hair. There's going to be a special visitor in your chimney tonight. I'm not talking Santa Claus. Blowing up your asshole.
We'll see you all back on Saturday for the bonus show. Good night, everybody.
Thank you.
In the beginning, there was nothing. And then there was the Drunken Peasants Podcast.
Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. From the strangest corners of the internet, gonna get TP'd by Billy and Ben. You know where you can find them at. Get ready, cause they're gonna kick your... Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants.